Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome back to the GavGoesIn podcast. Remember, don't forget, smash that like button. Subscribe to my channel at GavGoesIn. Man, like Alex, what you saying?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. I'm just chilling, bro. It's hot today as well. Again.
Yes. To be fair, this weather's looking a bit mad. To be fair, but rather it be this hot than be bloody raining, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, last of the heat for August. I'll take that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a mad day for me so far, man. Flipping, just been obviously 'cause I'm moving tomorrow, innit?
Oh, congrats, man.
Yeah, it's just been mad, man. So I've got literally, I almost couldn't do the stream, man, because I had no bloody internet connection. So I've had to borrow the connection from my neighbor next door. So, but yeah, no, it's one of them things, man. You just gotta just make it happen, innit? But
yeah,
1 minute, yeah, there's something just on my screen. 1 minute. So, man, big games Sunday, innit? United, Liverpool.
it is, man.
What do you reckon? I can tell by your voice, man. You're not really confident.
Of course, I'm not confident.
Yeah.
I've not seen anything to be confident about. So, and obviously, like my star boy's going. So, yeah.
Thing is, though, I don't think it's actually been confirmed yet, though, has it?
No, it's not been confirmed, but I think the way it's looking at the moment, it's weird. It swings in a balance because, like, Juve seem like they're really pushing hard to make it happen to get a loan with the buy option.
Yeah.
And Chelsea, I don't know what they're doing. I don't think getting Sterling is a good idea, really and truly. Like, for him, it'll be a good move for him because it's a sentiment move because obviously he supports Man United. So for him, he'll be eager to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't. Why do we want a 29-year-old? And he might come to Man United and be just as bad as he is at Chelsea. So it's too much of a risky move. But I'm also hearing that Sancho wants to obviously stay in England, so he wants the Chelsea move. But
yeah, well,
I think
at the moment, there's obviously links with Juventus, isn't it? But I'm just praying. I'm praying that the deal falls through because he's going to outlast this manager. I promise you. He will outlast this manager. This manager's not lasting the season. He's out of his depth, this manager. So I'm just praying Sancho just just digs his heels in. Even if he's not in the squad for this game, after the international break, I'm just hoping, man. Like he, I hope he just kind of just sticks it out because if Man United think it's acceptable to be losing Sancho and getting Raheem Sterling, guy that's 29, he's on bigger money than Sancho as well. It's not acceptable for me. You know what I mean? He's not better than Sancho. So
no, he's not.
You know what I mean? But I see Lens there, just smiling. Looking forward to it.
I think Sancho wants to go anyway, man. I think he's had enough, to be honest.
But the thing is, you can see why though. He's been disrespected. You know what I mean? So
yeah, Sterling's getting the same treatment as well. Like I read today that Maresca said, like if he doesn't leave, he's not getting a single game, and I'm just. Like I don't know what football's turned into now. Like I understand player power before, but it's like now it's a thing of there's like literally no respect across the board. Like the way Gallagher got treated, the way Chalobah got treated, the way Sterling's getting treated. Like I understand you're not going to get any games. I get that, but to say that a man can't come to the club after he was captain and he can't train, why?
Yeah.
What problems is he causing? We all know that Gallagher's not a donut. We all know Chalobah's not a donut. Sterling maybe might have a bit of an attitude, but is he going to cause problems for you to train? To train? You're telling man he can't train.
Yeah. But you know what? Yeah, and maybe Lens might agree with this as well. Yeah. You see me though. Yeah, like I hear what you're saying, but I actually don't mind the manager's like Maresca's stance on that because. At least you're letting the player know where you stand, because Sterling can't turn around and say, this manager lied to me. You know what I mean? At least he knows where he stands with the manager.
Yeah.
Question.
Mm.
If they sell Sterling, don't they have to pay him out of his contract?
I think it works out to 70 mil. What I was told, 70 million, because I think he's on 20 million a year. Amazing.
It's not a bad move for Sterling for the club. It's not good business.
It's ridiculous. But if they can get him on a swap with Sancho, they're laughing.
Like Sterling, for example. Okay, Sterling doesn't have to be the starter at Chelsea, Now, I would say, what has he done or said that's that bad behind closed doors that he can't even train with, man?
But then you could say the same about Colin Gallagher. What has he done or said?
The exact same thing.
Like but the thing is, I don't think it's about what he's done behind closed doors. I think the manager is just forcing his hand to let him know, look, it's nothing personal, but he's letting him know that you're not part of the plans. And then Sterling now has a choice to make, whether he just stays there, picks up his money, or forces himself out. So I think the manager's just doing that because, again, it's the same thing that Man United should be doing, forcing certain players out. Because at the end of the day, these players you're not forcing out will think that they've got a chance under a new regime. So
all I'm saying is there has to be a limit to it, or you know how man was talking in the group chat about it's a bit weird loaning your players to Barcelona. Like what kind of a word has it turned into?
Yeah.
But then I thought about it, and then I was like, doing the scroll down thing on Twitter because I'm eager for new news. Come out and said that Barca can't afford it. Can't afford a loan.
What can they afford, bro?
So, and they can't register players. They wanted K's as well. They can't register players. Now, my thing is, you can turn around and say it's good that the manager does that. But if the manager has a player the level of Raheem Sterling, it makes more sense financially to make the transition as smooth as possible out of the club, especially for outward optics and, pricing and stuff like that, than ostracizing the player. Unless the player's done something egregious. It just doesn't make sense from a management perspective. Because how does that look to the rest of the squad? Like I said, unless he's done something serious, how does it look to other players?
I agree. But again, I think the statement that his entourage come out with, I think probably didn't help. But again, I think the manager don't really care at the end of the day because he's not paying Sterling's wages, but he's just doing it in the sense of you're not part of my plans, and he's probably going to try and do everything possible to make that happen, to make him move on. Whether that happens or not, that's something the club's got to deal with. You know what I mean?
You know what's a shame though? Like they had a good weekend,
Yeah, a very good weekend. Yeah.
In terms of going forward, that's the best they've looked, and they've brought in some good signings. I would say that either the defense needs shoring up in terms of a signing, or they need to solidify with the an adjustment to the system or something. But apart from that, Chelsea look good this weekend. I kind of expect them to be erratic this season. So that having kind of like a consistent player or a consistent mentality within the squad would have helped, in my opinion. I don't really know who the stand-up people are, because if I go through most top clubs and I say, okay, this guy's a leader, this guy's going to lead by example on the pitch, this guy's going to lead by example off the pitch, this one's going to do a bit of both. While at Chelsea, their vice captain is singing stupid songs. Now, maybe forgiveness is the song at Chelsea, which is okay, well and good, isn't it? Forgive, man. I don't. But I'm not a Chelsea fan, so it don't matter. And at the end of the day, in terms of good examples off the pitch, a lot of Chelsea squad are quite young. So having a player that's 29 will still get you goals, can come off the bench and still help you. Doesn't seem like it was a need that they had to address in that way. Now, if for Man United, he'd probably do well at United, to be fair. Nothing groundbreaking, but he'd do well.
See, I disagree. I disagree. I don't think he will do well. If Man United made that signing, I'll be thinking to myself, this club just ain't learning. I mean, you're going to bring in a 29-year-old who, for me, hasn't done anything at Chelsea. They're saying he'll take a wage cut, but for me, he doesn't offer anything different to what Man United have already. Man United need pure quality especially in the wide positions. So again, he's another Rashford, another Garnacho. They're all offering the same thing. So the only thing Sterling has over them two players really is probably the experience, But in terms of what he's going to offer and what Rashford and Garnacho offer, it's the same sort of thing. So yeah, for me, I don't want Sterling, man. I don't want him. But for me, there's only one player Man United need to go and get now. And I'm hoping, as I said, I hope Sancho stays. Because it's going to be, as I said, I still believe that this guy will show his worth.
I don't see Sancho. I don't see that happening. That's hopeful. At this
what,
point
showing
in
his
time,
worth?
That's hopeful.
Showing his worth.
I don't think he's going to get the opportunity.
But it's what I'm trying to say to you. It's what I was saying to Alex before you come on. So I said to him that I'm hoping Sancho stays because he's going to outlast this manager. I promise you.
Nah.
You don't think?
Nah. Looking at the available managers right now, and the fact that you didn't get a manager in earlier on in the summer, there is no way you're sacking Ten Hag for now. No.
We're not looking at outside the club. Ruud van Nistelrooy is right there. It's been the plan, I believe, the whole time. Van Nistelrooy is not coming in there, for no reason, because Van Nistelrooy could have gone and managed at Burnley, I believe.
So you kind of think Ten Hag's like, the geezer's now like 50 going on 60. He's looking at getting his retirement watch. So he's just bringing a young kid that's new to the game and showing him the ropes before he retires. You think that's the scenario at United now?
I don't think that's Ten Hag's plan. I think that's the club's plan. Me personally, I don't want Ruud van Nistelrooy as the manager, but I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. I said this to Gavin the other day.
Let me ask you a question then. Okay.
Because the thing is, Alex, you think it's too much like
hold on. One thing. If it's the club's plan for Ruud van Nistelrooy to take over,
Lens, let me tell you.
Don't you think the club, if Ruud van Nistelrooy wanted Sancho, don't you think the club would be like, no, 100% he's not going?
Right. So Lens, let me tell you what I think's going on there. And again, like this is just my theory, but I think what's happened there. The club wanted to sack Ten Hag, but realized that the payout, because you have to remember again, Man United are in a lot of debt, But I believe the plan was to sack Ten Hag, but then there was a bit of a pushback from certain fans, So I believe what they've done, they've appeased the fans because all they've done really is just extended his contract by a year. A contract. It's not like it's a brand new contract. It's just an extension to what he's already on, So I believe what's happened, the fact that they've sacked his assistants, Benny McCarthy went as well, and they've got in new coaches. One of them and a new assistant manager. One of them being Van Nistelrooy, because again, Van Nistelrooy could have gone to Burnley, and although it's a lesser club, it's still a head coach manager role. But I believe what they've done, they've extended Ten Hag's contract because the payout would have been too much for them to do. But then they've got in Van Nistelrooy as a number 2 to eventually see how Ten Hag's going to do, and then make the transition from moving Ten Hag at the club and Van Nistelrooy takes over. So what you're saying about the whole Sancho side of it, I get. The problem is Ten Hag at the moment is the coach, and he's obviously disrespecting Sancho. The club, I think, want to keep Sancho, but again, it's going to be down to Sancho because he's being basically taken advantage of. So
I think what I'm saying is, if the club's looking to show a man the door, so he's basically a puppet manager. He ain't got powers.
No, he's not got power anymore.
Then if Sancho's not getting game time and is being considered for a sale, it has to be outside of just him.
I think the club. I think if the manager says that he doesn't want to play, I think the club can either say no or say yeah. And I think the club have said if you want to get rid of him, he can go.
The thing is, I don't think it's as. I think more of it is coming from Sancho as well, because again, Sancho's career is stagnating with this manager, and I think if he was to go on loan, for sure he would come back and play a part once his manager's gone. So again, if he manages to stay during this window, that to me will tell me a lot. That will tell me that this manager's on borrowed time. Personally,
you know what though? If that happens, yeah, that would mean that Sancho was loyal to the club. He had some kind of like loyalty. My question is this: what has the club done to kind of deserve any loyalty from Sancho?
None.
The club
wouldn't make sense to expect that he, in his mind, he's like, "Nah, I'm going to fight to stay here at Man United."
Like his original statement.
Why he
his original statement, he said that obviously, like when he said what he said that he just wants to play football and he just wants to do his best for this club. And I think, obviously, him going to Dortmund, you saw the amount of PR he got. You saw the amount of clips and shorts that were put on YouTube. Everything was Sancho. Like, they welcomed him back like he was some sort of god. And I feel like the love that he felt at Dortmund and the love that he got throughout the whole season, what love has he got since he's come back to Man United? Not a single thing. I think he's done one interview, and it was the most awkward interview I've ever watched in my life. They were just like, "Oh yeah, so how are you finding pre-season?" "Yeah, it's good. It's good to be back. Obviously, like playing football, blah blah blah." He's like, "Well," because I know that the guy probably wanted to ask like, "Oh, how have you found being back with the players and everybody else?" But all he could ask is, "How are you finding the facilities?" And all he could say is, "Yeah, I love being out here in America. Like, they've got the best facilities." But they've not shown anything of him that makes the club like, "Yeah, we want to keep this player." Like, the only sort of personality I've seen really and exposure I've seen is when they were doing obviously the modeling for the shirts and the BT and TNT Sport thing, when he was mucking about with Hoyland and I think somebody else. That's about it. Everything's either been Garnacho or it's been somebody else, or it's just mainly been the new signings. Like, if you want to, I'm not saying that you got to lick his ass or anything, but he's still a part of this club. You still got to make him feel welcome, and I don't feel he feels that.
I don't think the club needs to lick his ass, but I mean, like, if he's good enough, if he's good enough to play, then give him minutes. If he's not, then ship him out.
But they've been saying this. Everyone said that he's a good player. Everyone said this, but you're not making him feel like that.
The thing is, you know the biggest problem here, yeah, with the whole Sancho thing, yeah, because for me, I can't understand why there's even any debate as to whether he's good enough. He clearly is good enough, but all you have to look at, yeah, is the disrespect that he's been taken at Man United. The fact that Mason Mount is wearing number 7 on his back at Man United ahead of Sancho, it just shows you that there's bigger problems in at hand. And again,
it's not just Mason Mount. It's Rashford. It's Amad Diallo.
No.
All of them. It's Anthony. All of them are ahead of him.
No. What I'm talking about, yeah. So when you're saying has he been disrespected at the club, yeah, the number 7 shirt which he should have got, because again he was the marquee signing, yeah, and when he came in, Cavani had the 7 on and he was given number 25, yeah. Then really what they should have done, yeah, if you're being ruthless, is take 7 off of Cavani because Sancho's the future. He's the marquee signing. Yeah. But then what happened? Ronaldo came in. He got the 7. Yeah. Then Ronaldo goes. They give 7 to Mason Mount. Mason Mount is not a starter. Shouldn't have been signed in the first place. But yet, because of his PR team, he's happened now to get number 7 ahead of Sancho. So again.
So hold on. Would you say he's not a starter? Would you say that he's not a starter because of his injuries, or he's not a starter because the manager doesn't see him as a starter?
He's not a starter, period. He shouldn't have been signed. Put it this way, yeah. Mason Mount plays what? His best position, people would say, would be as a number 10. Yeah. He's not playing number 10 as long as this Bruno Fernandes guy is there, yeah, because For some reason, Bruno Fernandes has been hailed as the next coming, yeah, and he's still at the club, even though he's been underperforming. Yeah, the problem is now the manager, and as I said to you guys last week, the manager is forced now to play Mason Mount because he's made a blunder by spending that amount of money on him. So now he's got to justify why he bought him. The issue now is that because Kobbie Mainoo's had his emergence, yeah, Kobbie Mainoo has to be playing games. Now, if Kobbie Mainoo plays, he don't have to be playing every game, but he has to be a fixture in the team now, yeah? The problem is now, if you're going to try and play Bruno and Mount in the same team, that means you're not playing the striker, because that means you're going to play Bruno as a false 9, Mason Mount as a 10, and obviously, as you can see, it will never work. And you can't play Bruno, Mount, Kobbie Mainoo as a midfield 3. You can't play Bruno and Mount as a midfield 3 with someone else who's not a deep line 6.
You've got like Ugarte now, innit?
But Ugarte is just a similar profile to Casemiro, but basically more mobile and more energetic. So again, that signing, I can see why United wanted him, but in a sense, Man United need a ball playing midfielder, which they haven't got. And you're gonna see. I
thought Kobbie was that.
But again, Kobbie needs to, but remember what I said to you before in the formation that we done? Kobbie is a ball playing midfielder, but he needs to be playing higher up. So his defensive responsibilities are limited. Because if you're playing Kobbie box to box, he hasn't got the running power to be tracking a lot of these athletes in the midfield, and he's gonna come unstuck. But again, the fact that the manager doesn't even see this is a big problem, because I said before, Kobbie should be playing in the 10 where Bruno or Mount play. But as we know, the manager's not going to do that, because the manager sees the game in a completely wrong way, and he just wants a lot of runners in the team. If you go through Man United,
hasn't Bruno been playing false 9? Hasn't Bruno been playing false 9?
Exactly. Bruno's playing false 9, and that's because he was.
I thought Mount was doing.
Mount's been playing 10. I thought Mount was playing the 10.
No, Mount's been playing
Bruno played
9.
the false 9, and
are you sure? I thought it was Mount.
Bruno played the false 9.
Mount was up top, wasn't he?
I think you guys.
You're
playing a similar system to when we was playing it. I think we did it against you or Arsenal, or was it Betis or something? One of them teams. Yeah, we played with 2 10s. We played with, I think it was Szoboszlai and Harvey Elliott or something like that.
Yeah,
in the 10s. I think you're doing something similar. So at times it will look like Bruno's playing the false 9, and at other times it will look like Mason Mount. But they're both supposed to be interchanging, coming back into midfield.
Yeah, they're interchanging. But the matter of fact is, not one of them should be playing, and especially in those positions. So
you know what though? I think at some point, we have to come to realize that our clubs don't rate players in the same way that we do. They see them differently.
Of course.
Mason Mount is a shining example of that, because before you guys signed Mason Mount, Arteta wanted him, Klopp wanted him. There's a couple of people who wanted Mason Mount, so there's something there about the player that they like.
Well, Lens, you know what? I can answer that with a simple answer there. Yeah, it's funny how the guys that don't win anything want Mason Mount, but Pep doesn't. There's a reason why Pep don't want Mason Mount, because Mason Mount isn't the player that a lot of these clueless people think he is. Huh?
Did Pep need Mason Mount?
No, there's no way.
Even if Pep did need Mason
Mount. Hold on, wait. I'm gonna go on just a couple of questions. Did Pep need or want Gini Wijnaldum?
Nope.
No.
Did he need or want Jordan Henderson?
No.
Nope.
Did they work for Liverpool?
Yep.
Yeah, of course he did. Yeah.
So the system was different. So Pep is going to identify certain types of players he wants to play his system. It doesn't hold water that just because Klopp and Arteta wanted him and Pep didn't, that means anything. They have different systems.
No.
System's the most offensive system. Yeah.
No. I know that. But what I'm trying to say to you, the fact that you're telling me Arteta and Klopp wanted him because Mason Mount might suit their system as such, yeah. My opinion is Pep could have got away with a Mason Mount if he really wanted him, because Mason Mount, in a sense, isn't too dissimilar to a Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne has a lot more.
Disagree.
Wait. Kevin De Bruyne has a lot more quality than Mason Mount. Yeah. But in a Pep system, Pep does like players that are mobile as well, and Mason Mount is mobile. But Pep is not going to want a player like Mason Mount because, again, Mason Mount isn't the level that Arteta might think he is or Ten Hag thinks he is.
One thing that I think people get twisted about Pep's system because they focus so much on the system going forward, but the structure of the system, it needs a player like Fernandinho, it needs a player like Rodri, it needs a good defender, a solid defense. There's certain players and profilers of players that his systems need. It's not all just about KDB, because when KDB's not been there, they've still won. They've still won titles without KDB playing. They're not going to be winning. They won't win titles too tough if Rodri gets injured for the whole season. So there's certain players that are like necessities inside of a Pep system. Other players can kind of interchange and swap out, but so it just won't look as good. It won't look the same. So a Mason Mount wouldn't have suited Pep's system unless Pep had watched him, profiled him, and saying, "Okay, is this type of player that would fit in this scenario or role." So,
but even if Mason Mount was a Pep type player, Pep wouldn't sign him. That's my point. Because Pep's not going to sign players like that.
If Pep wants a player that's his type of player, Pep will go out and sign him. But you've seen it already.
No, that's not true.
Didn't they? What's the geezer's name from? Was it Wolves they signed?
Matthias Nunes.
Yeah, now they want to sell him.
Now they want to sell him.
Exactly. But that could have been Mason Mount.
The whole point is, that could have happened to Mason Mount unless he performed. Matthias Nunes, if he performed at Man City,
Pep would never sign Mason Mount. That's my point. He would never sign Mason Mount. He would never sign Mason Mount.
You're missing my point. They're only selling Matthias Nunes, They only want to sell him because he hasn't cut the mustard there. What I'm saying is, if he had cut the mustard there, they definitely wouldn't be selling him because they don't operate like that. Two, if Mason Mount went there and performed, they wouldn't sell him. So, like I said, if he was a Pep type player, I don't think he's the kind of player Pep wants in his system, especially when you've got someone like Bernardo Silva there already.
He's never, but I hear you, but he would never sign a player like Mount anyway. Mount isn't the level, and the fact that Man United think that Mason Mount was worth 55 million again, is a massive issue because I can tell you this right now. Mason Mount is not going to repay that fee for one. And the fact that he's got number 7 on his back when the likes of an Eric Cantona, Cristiano Ronaldo, Brian Robson, David Beckham have worn that shirt and now it's in the possession of Mason Mount is criminal. You know what I mean? But as I said...
That's not fair.
No, of course
that's not fair, man.
It's not fair.
You don't take the comparison from your pump. Yeah, everyone knows these are players from your pump, and then go put that on players from one of the worst periods in your club's history. You can't.
Bro, the whole point is, he should have been signed in the first place. You know what I mean? So when you're saying it's not fair, you can say that as a Liverpool fan. But I can tell you this right now: if you went and signed someone like, I don't know, Josh Brownhill from bloody Burnley to wear number 8 that was worn by Steven Gerrard, you wouldn't be happy.
So just for like context sake here, remember we've signed players like Andy Carroll. We've signed players like the Welsh Xavi, Joe Allen, Charlie Adams. Yeah, these are players I've seen come through my club. Yeah, and I've gone, number 8. While you're here, I'm going to hope the best for you. It doesn't mean that a Crouch can compare to someone from the past, like some of the guys that have worn the shirts that these people have worn. Like, it doesn't always translate. If I go back to the 80s and I say, oh, Kenny and and John Barnes, like these men aren't fit to wear these numbers, that doesn't make sense. The club's not doing well.
I mean, listen, I'll say this, I'll say this. The Mason Mount signing is exactly like Varane and...
Nah, don't do that.
No, wait,
Varane was older.
Wait. Can I land my plane, please?
No, but I know what you're going to say.
I'm flying the soul plane here.
Okay.
Alex, you ruined it, man, when you mentioned Varane Varane in the same sentence with Mason Mount. I know exactly what you're going to say, man, but go on.
Yeah, I'm saying it's a similar situation of Varane and Shinji Kagawa, where you signed good players And yes, I know you're gonna say Mount is not a good player, but it's a thing of working them into the system. Ferguson couldn't work them into the system. Scholes was outperforming Veron, and to hear that is crazy because we all know how good Veron is. But if you can't get into the squad ahead of Scholes, then it's a bit of a mad thing for you. And in terms of the number 7, like the best person to relate to that is probably Valencia. He got given the number 7 because this goes with Lens's argument saying that it's not fair. But like, yeah, he got given the number 7 and he understood straight away. Nah, I can't live up to this. Like, it's a hard top to wear. It's a hard top for any player to wear because you know the players that have come before you. So you've either got to be.
That's a weak mentality. That is.
Yeah, it is a weak mentality, but it's also honest as well. Because if I was wearing a number 7 and I weren't performing and I weren't getting the numbers, I'd be like, you know what? I can't wear this top, bruv.
All I'm saying,
I'm not ready.
I see like this. So
imagine Valencia knew his level. That's what it was.
Imagine you've got a youth, and your youth's playing for big Manchester United, and he's wearing that number 7 and it's not performing well, and he wants to relinquish the shirt because it's not performing well. Do you tell him just relinquish the shirt, or do you advise him along such lines as, look, stop comparing, yourself to other people? What you need to do is make your own history. Whatever, and play as good as well as you can. Do the most you can, because not everyone in the team is a star player. And I know that you could say, okay, the 7 should be for these iconic players. Well, at the moment, there's no iconic player at the club. So if you've got the shirt,
I get that.
At least respect the shirt, and do your best. You don't just give up. Well, that's not the kind of mentality you can have in sport.
No, it's true. It's not the mentality, but
it's not. But
again, like Gav would say, you got to know your level. You got to know your level, and like if you can't achieve what you think you can at that level, or just plain and simple, don't give man a number 7 top.
Like, knowing your levels is perfectly fine, And a great example is James Milner. I don't think he's been that guy at any club he's been to, but he's won some good shirts, Good shirt numbers, You know what? Every time he touches grass, he plays like James Milner. He doesn't try to play like Kenny Dalglish or anyone else from the past. He tries to play like James Milner every single time and gives 120% all the time. That's what James Milner does.
Yeah, of course.
So you can say, okay, he's not the iconic kind of player, in terms of what he does on the pitch, but he still he still respects the shirt with his effort that he puts in on the pitch.
Yeah, but then
James Milner had a great career, but as we know, this country just champions hard work anyway, so it's no surprise there. This country has a loser's mentality. They just champion hard work, man. I'm telling you, it's a loser's mentality. This country, they just champion hard work. This is why Mason Mount's getting championed, because he runs about. You got idiots online trying to show stats of his running stats. I mean, the guy's bought for 55 million. Why are we going to care about running stats and his pressing stats?
I can't agree with that, because everyone will tell you that running, and fighting are the basics.
Right, but
you don't hear anybody say, that's the pinnacle. We all say this is the basics you have to have.
Wait. Are you saying that in reference to Mason Mount?
I'm talking about in terms of the British populace and how we look at football. When it comes to certain extremes,
the go-to is always about running. It's the mentality is all wrong. Like this football game, is built on quality, on excellence. But they always talk about who's running the most, who's pressing, who's,
because they're saying if you don't put in the hard yards,
right? But
all of the flowery stuff,
right? Again, this shouldn't be in the forefront of people's minds.
It's how you're I'll give you an example. Barcelona, prime Pep Barcelona, peak Barcelona. What did everyone say about them? Tiki-taka football, right? Yeah. And what was the other thing they said? And they all kept highlighting this in the press. When they train to win the ball back on the 6 seconds or something like that. And they all run and all press like crazy. They all put in the effort. So that is also the hard yards.
Of course, which I do understand. But what were they known for mainly though? Quality. Absolute quality. You know, this hard yards nonsense, yeah, just needs to be put to the back burner, because not every time we have to keep talking about the hard yards. You know what I mean? Every footballer knows, yeah, whether they do it or not, yeah, they know what's required in terms of the commitment, you know, the hard work. We all know that. But I'm sick and tired of hearing, yeah, that certain players who just ain't good enough, yeah, but because they run. And that's what they go to. And I'm me personally, I'm sick and tired of it. It should just be.
I have to also put this out. James Milner wasn't just a runner. He did I'm saying he wasn't Mr. Ballon d'Or, basically. I'm saying he was a guy. He wasn't like, because remember, if I remember correctly, he did wear the number 7 shirt at Liverpool, which is why I brought his name up here. Then, but when you think about the number 7 shirt, that's like Suarez, that's like King Kenny, that's an iconic shirt. So then I'm saying he was never going to be that technically gifted player. But when he had the shirt on his back, he didn't disrespect it.
Yeah. No. Listen, James.
That's what I'm saying.
No. I'm not saying James Milner was just a runner. I'm not saying that. But the reason why he's, apart from the good career that he's had, a great career, shall I say, he's liked a lot because of the hard yards, and you can't deny that, because when you look at James Milner, the first thing that they will say is, you know, he works hard, he's committed. And I get all that. But for me, I'm just sick and tired of hearing this same old nonsense. You know, I want to see quality. And Man United, for me, right now, again, their squad is not based on quality. If you look at Man United's 1 to 11, the majority of their players are all players that run. That's a fact.
I'll take that back. We don't run.
No. But no. What I mean, if you look at the makeup of their players, whether you think they run or not, yeah, look at the profile of players they have. The only ball players they have in their team, in the attacking positions that are starting at the moment, is Kobe Manu and Ahmad. The rest of them, yeah.
Hold on, calm down, yeah, because like Ahmad's the geezer who passed it behind Rashford. I remember that. I was watching that match closely, bro. Closely. And I was championing the truth. You get me?
What's that?
I'll just read in the super chat. Yeah, so when I was watching Ahmad, Ahmad was what I said he was. Inconsistent. Yeah? Like when you were counter-attacking and man passed it behind Rashford, I was like, oh, bro, what are you doing? You were telling me that everything he does is just pure class. I understand that he was going through things, but I'm just analyzing a cold analysis of what happened on the pitch. You have players up front,
bro. Yeah? You're looking at you know what makes me laugh. You know what makes me laugh. Yeah, he's played 2 games this season.
Go on. Let me hear the prop. Because
no.
It's the truth, my brother.
Because it's funny. Yeah, he's played 2 games this season. Yeah. And you're choosing to look at, he played the ball behind Rashford. Like, again, what I've said to you about Ahmad, yeah, by Ahmad's standards against Brighton, the first half, by his standards, wasn't an Ahmad performance. Yeah. What I've told you about Ahmad has consistent quality. Yeah. Not to mention, and again,
did he have that in the second half?
Wait. Ahmad, again, yeah, as I told you guys last week, he is someone that doesn't have to score a goal to have a good performance. Yeah. Lord and behold,
my question is,
wait.
Tell me the 5-minute span when he had a good performance.
Tell me when, sorry?
When in that game did he have a good performance?
Against Brighton.
Yeah.
But what do you class as a good performance?
Fuck, you know.
No, because it's a silly question.
What do I class as a good performance?
Yeah.
One, it will depend on your role. Yeah. So for the role that he plays for you, you know more about the role than I do. Yeah. In your opinion, did he have a good performance?
But first off, by his standards, he wasn't as good as I know he can be. Okay. Second half, he played well.
Aside from his goal, What did he do well in the second half?
So why you asking me then? You're asking me the question, yeah? What did I think he played well? And then when I'm giving you the answer, you're telling me you weren't too sure.
Listen, okay. When I was watching him, yeah, remember I told you he was what I said he was inconsistent.
Yeah.
If Garnacho put on that performance, yeah, the same performance, you'd be digging him out.
But Garnacho doesn't have
Mason Mount put in that performance, you'd be digging him out.
Bro, Garnacho doesn't have consistent quality. That is my point. When Ahmad plays, yeah, you can always see Ahmad passes the ball well. He can when he shoots, his technique of his shooting is very good. Yeah. He's always available for the ball.
Is it wrong to say that was inconsistent in that game?
What do you mean?
Everything you're saying that he's consistently showing quality in, is it wrong to say that last game he was inconsistent?
Yeah, but what's the point though? Because you're basing it off of one game though. Why are you going on to
tell me that Ahmed Diallo is the if you tell me that Ahmed Diallo is the truth, and I told you that I'm going to start looking at Ahmed Diallo like he's actually a top class winger, yeah, I'm going to compare him to the Salahs, I'm going to compare him to the Sakas and that. I'm going to say no. Let me finish. I'm going to say that
you're making it up. Brighton, who told you? Yeah, who told you that I compared him to Salah? Who told you? No, I never said that. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Alex.
I said.
What did man say? Who has the best skill set in the league on the wing?
But having a skill set, doesn't mean I'm comparing his level to Salah.
No, you're comparing. You compared his level to Saka, for example. Let's just take Saka. Let's ignore Salah.
In terms of his quality,
on the right wing, Salah's in a world of his own. Let's just say Saka.
In terms of his quality, I stick by what I'm saying. His quality, is up there or superior to the likes of Saka.
Okay, now bear in mind,
Salah. He is. In terms of performance, wait. Let me finish because you might understand it more. Yeah. In terms of his quality, he is superior, or is at the level of a Saka and Salah. In terms of performances, obviously you got to remember this is Ahmad's first season that he might be playing full-time regular football. Saka and Mohamed Salah have been playing regular football for the past 5-6 years. So if you're comparing,
did he play regular football at Southampton? That's where he's from.
Who's that?
Ahmed Diallo. Is he from Southampton?
No, he was on loan at Sunderland.
Sunderland. So
he was on loan and he won championship player of the season. Yeah.
Okay, so he did well at Sunderland, and then
one full season at Sunderland, and again. I know it's a championship, but he's shown if he's playing regularly, you see the results.
I'll tell you why I'm being critical. If you tell me someone has consistent quality, I'm expecting it's something I can consistently see. Now I said he's still young, he's going to be inconsistent. At times, he's going to show glimpses of brilliance. At other times, he's going to be inconsistent. Now, you were like, no, you're wrong. That's what you said to me before.
I didn't say that.
Alex, why did I go on the whole thing about he's the truth?
Bro, I didn't say that.
Remember the last stream?
I just told you,
You were watching, Nick. Nick was watching. Nick can tell you.
Bro, wait. Hear me, I just told you, he has consistent quality in terms of how he passes the ball, how he shoots, how he dribbles. That is consistent quality. I never once compared him to Salah and to Saka. What I said was his level in terms of his quality is superior to them. I'm not comparing performances. You're gonna expect Saka and Salah.
Wait.
You're gonna expect Salah.
I'm not arguing semantics, bro. I'm literally taking what you said.
But you've misunderstood what I said. That's the whole point. If I would have said, I never once said to you,
Alex, answer my question. Have I misunderstood? You were there for this conversation. Nick, answer the question. Have I misunderstood?
I'll tell you why you misunderstood. Yeah, there's not one. I'll tell you why you misunderstood. Because there's not. You've never heard coming from my mouth. Yeah, that Amad Diallo is better than Mo Salah. I'm talking about his quality.
I mean, you did say Ahmad is the best right winger in the league.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say the best right winger in the league.
Go back and watch the video and watch when I was doing that. When I was hyping up, when I was acting extra.
From a quality aspect, yeah, he can become the best right winger in the league. That's what I said. I didn't say he's the best right winger in the league now. He can become the best right winger in the league.
If you go back and watch, you're gonna see what I mean. Yeah. The way that if you were to take a Saka, if you were to take a Martinelli, yeah, if you were to take a Saka Martinelli, if they had that amount of time and space against their fullback, isolated, yeah, that many times in a game, you are going to expect better outcomes than what Diallo did that game. Now, I was watching that game closely. There were times where you guys were okay, yeah. The biggest issue that you guys had is that you kept giving that mentor geezer way too much time and space. And if he was a better player, they would have punished you.
Poor, man. He was poor.
Yeah, I know. If he was a better player, if they had a better player, they would have punished you.
Of course, yeah.
that side of the game was. If I was watching it, that's Man United's main issue. That right side, yeah, for Brighton. And then when I was looking at Diallo, I was like, maybe because he was going through things with his family and stuff like that, which was sad to hear. But he wasn't the consistent player, yeah, that you told me about. I saw glimpses of. It looks like he's okay. It looks like he can be tied on the ball.
I need to know what you're looking at. What you're looking at in terms of consistent, because I've already explained to you.
So if I say to you, someone has a consistent top class high level shooting ability, you're not going to expect this player.
But you're looking at one aspect. Why are you looking at one aspect? You're looking at one aspect.
No, I'm just giving you an example.
Yeah, but the thing is that's a silly example, because you're saying to me someone that has a high level of shooting ability. Tell me where he displayed that in that game.
What? I was talking about a random example of shooting ability. Now, if you want to talk about the example that you gave was his passing, and his passing was off key.
So that's why I said
passing was looking like an X Factor contestant, bro.
Right. So that's what I'm trying to say to you. By his standards, yeah, his first half performance wasn't the standard.
And I'm saying
what I'm more concerned about though, yeah, is why is it that you're choosing to pick out Ahmad? And by the way, Ahmad scored the goal. You know what I mean? Not that I'm looking at.
I'll tell you why right now. The only reason why I'm focusing on him is because of the way you hyped him to me last week and his past couple streams. And I told you that because of what you said, I'm going to start judging him like I would a normal winger or a winger. I'm supposed to expect a lot from. This is the conversation we had, and then now you're going to ask me why am I picking Ahmad Diallo? If you said before, Garnacho with his goals don't matter, yeah. So I'm okay. If you take out his goal from the second half, yeah. If you take out, remember, because at least Garnacho gets you GA, right? He was like, nah, you can't judge it by GA, blah blah blah. Okay, so I'm like, okay, if you take out the GA that Ahmad Diallo got in that second half, yeah, that second half performance was meaty as well. It was inconsistent as well. It's frozen. He's frozen. He's disappeared.
Wow, where did he disappear to?
Man.
Sorry, go on. No, sorry. Go on.
That was mad.
That was weird, bro.
No, you know what? The connection went down, innit? I don't know what happened.
Okay, did you hear what I said though?
No, go on, repeat it.
Okay, because when we were talking about Garnacho before,
yeah,
I said he's hibernating. He's a player that gets you end product. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I said that's important, and he's only 20, I think it is. So if you take a player that's 22, yeah, I'm expecting his output to be better or his contribution to be better. Now, you told me that GA is glossing over things, so you can't really take it into account. Now, you can't then say that goal in the second half really made his performance much better. If you tell me not to count the goals, because I'm looking at his performance in the second half, it was not good.
But again,
he had a bad game, just say it.
If you listen to what I said earlier, yeah, the fact that Ahmad scored the goal, I'm not looking at Ahmad to have a performance, yeah, where his performance goes up because he scored. That's what I said earlier, yeah. I said the fact that you're getting onto Ahmad and he's the one that actually got the goal is a bit odd. But now you're saying to me because the way that I've hyped him up, is the reason why you're saying.
Bro, listen, I ain't gonna lie.
Wait.
Hold on, wait.
I'm going by what you said.
Go on, yeah.
So you said I asked you why did you why are you getting onto him? Yeah. And I went to he's the one that actually scored the goal. But I also mentioned to you as well that he's someone that doesn't need to be his performance doesn't get hyped up because he scored a goal, because he shows consistent quality. Yeah.
So would you agree he had a poor game?
You've chosen to go on to Ahmad, yeah, because you're saying the way that I've hyped him up. But it's weird because Ahmad, of course, is gonna have inconsistent games because again, it's his first season, it's his first full season, it looks like.
Gav,
in the
you're
first
saying
team.
what I said, you are now saying what I was saying last week. That's my point. You weren't saying the same thing last week.
I was saying to you, Ahmad shows consistent quality. Yeah. And I said he has the potential to be one of the best right wingers in the league. His quality is a higher level than Salah and Saka. I stick by what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything different.
Let me just kind of make
wait. Before you reply, let me just get on to next message quickly. So Saka is naturally a winger, but he just adapts to the demand of current playing style. Salah is an inside forward. Nick, so you're right. Salah is an inside forward. Saka is not naturally a winger. Saka naturally, as you can see, is more of a central player. That in the Arsenal system, it works well for him to play in that position because, as you can see, he comes inside a lot of the time to link with Odegaard. He has Ben White as the overlapping fullback as well. So he's not naturally a winger. That's incorrect. He's naturally, as you can see, he's a central player. A natural winger. And again, there's not really wingers in this era too much. But if you're looking at someone that's a winger in today's game, you're looking at someone like a Harvey Barnes at Newcastle. That's a winger. Mo Salah, as I say, is an inside forward. Marcus Rashford's an inside forward. Amad Diallo is a number 10 playing out wide. Dejan Kulusevski is a number 10 playing out wide. Son Heung-min is an inside forward. That's the difference of the type of players. Just going on to Ahmad. He said Ahmad is more like Mane, but not as efficient as Mane. Again, Ahmad is nothing like Mane. Mane is an inside forward. Ahmad is a number 10 that is playing out wide. The number 10 position now has been adjusted in a way because if you're playing free in midfield, your actual creator comes out from wide. So you've got the likes of a Sancho, an Ahmad, a Kulusevski, even Eze now to an extent at Crystal Palace. They're all number 10s playing out wide. If you look at the system at Tottenham system's different because they actually play with number 10, which is James Maddison. So so Ahmad's nothing like Mane. But yeah, go on. Apart from that, he's African like him. But go ahead, Lens.
All I'm saying when it comes to Diallo, because when I was talking about when you tell me someone's got quality, quality is something you can see, touch. You know, you can touch it, you can see it. It's evident. It's something I'm supposed to see. So I said, "Oh, he's a young player," like you told me. So I'm expecting him to be somewhat inconsistent. If I was being super judgmental, I would be saying, "Yo, he's 22, not 19. Stop talking about the boy like he's 19. He's 22. He's supposed to be showing you more of what he's supposed to be about. Between the ages of 22 and 24, this guy's supposed to be starting to be more consistent for you." But if you're telling me that he hasn't had much game time and he's coming into it, I'm like, okay, then he's going to be inconsistent. He's going to have really good games and he's going to have average games and he's going to have a poor game. Game.
Okay, sorry. Let me stop you right there. Yeah, tell me why you brought in Garnacho into this conversation.
Because when we were talking about Garnacho, and you said that outside of the GA, that it's glossing over the rest of these attributes that aren't good enough to be a Man United player.
Okay, stop there.
Of the same level.
Okay, stop there. Yeah. What GA has Garnacho got?
I don't know. I was talking about he gets in good positions and he gets GA for you.
No, but
this season, if we just isolate, because I want to be being over critical on 2 games. I get it, yeah. But I'm not you. He got less GA than Ahmad.
Has he got less GA than Ahmad?
Yeah.
No,
he hasn't. I think he's got. So he's got one. I think he's got one assist. No, he's got. Oh, no. Sorry, he's got one assist. Yeah, he's got one assist. Ahmad's got one goal.
One assist and one goal. And really,
no.
He should have a goal and assist.
Ahmad's got a goal and Garnacho's got an assist. If you want to call it that.
But I'm saying that Garnacho should have really gotten a goal and an assist, right?
But he didn't. So
that was not his fault. He did everything right.
I'll tell you why it's his fault. Yeah, bro. You had a whole goal to aim at, yeah, and you choose the person that is right in the middle of the goal. Again,
that was going in if it didn't hit his knee.
Right. So okay. So again, I'll say it to you again. Yeah. Although it was going in, you had the whole goal to aim at, but you aim for the player that is in the middle of the goal.
So in that
the connection was
in
poor.
That scenario.
I know you ain't gonna see it like that. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Okay. The cross went to the wrong person. The cross
was overhit.
Should have been aimed at Xerxes, but it wasn't.
Yes, the cross was overhit. Yeah, by Bruno. But again, Garnacho, I know it's on his weaker foot. You can argue and say if he was on his stronger foot, he probably would have got a cleaner connection. The connection that he made with the ball, was poor because you got the whole goal to aim at, and you aim at the one place where you shouldn't have.
So I'm saying
I think all three of us would have done the exact same thing.
Yeah, because if the ball's coming in like that, in that scenario, your striker's free. Everybody was expecting the ball to go to Xerxes, not to be overhit. The ball gets overhit, so in that short time, he has to reposition his body and hit the ball. Yeah, he gets the connection that everyone would want on the ball. Not only because it was only because of Xerxes' momentum. Yeah, that as he starts sliding, his studs start hitting the ground and his knee comes up. That's the only reason why he touched the ball. It wasn't Garnacho's fault.
No. You're missing the point though. Yeah, the connection he made with the ball. Yeah. Like, it's his weaker foot. I understand that, yeah? If he puts the ball anywhere into the corners, Xerxes is not interfering with the goal, yeah? Mm-hmm. So I know it's harsh, yeah? And it's harsh because it's on his weaker foot, yeah?
Yeah.
But he put the ball in the place where Xerxes was, which people will say...
This is one of my points. This is one of my points right now. So what I'm saying is you're being over harsh on Garnacho right now. And you don't have that same energy for someone like Amad Diallo.
Right. Again, I'm not being over harsh on Garnacho, yeah? I've already told you, Garnacho doesn't show consistent quality. Do I think Garnacho should be starting ahead of Rashford right now? Rashford, for me, is better than Garnacho, but Garnacho should be starting ahead of him because Rashford's been poor. I agree with that, yeah? But when I'm talking about Garnacho, I'm not being harsh on Garnacho. Unfortunately, Garnacho isn't the level. He's not. He doesn't show consistent quality. He's an impact sub. If he was used as an impact sub, you would hear no arguments from me. But when I hear people saying that he's got to be starting games, this is where I have to push back on because he's not good enough to be starting games.
So you know what I mean? And, you're saying you want consistent. You want to see, consistent quality from a 20-year-old. But it's okay for me to watch a Man United game and not see consistency from a 22-year-old.
Again, that's your view. I've not asked you. I've not said to you that you can't do that. Yeah, I've just purely said, why is it that you're jumping onto Ahmad? Yeah, when the conversation wasn't about Ahmad.
I'm jumping onto Ahmad for one reason. Because remember before I told you, once upon a time I said I rate him as a player, but people need to be measured in how they and how they're hyping him. Because I don't think it's a good idea for him to receive too much pressure and too much expectation too early on in this Man United saga. Yeah, I think that is counterintuitive to what you want to get from the player. When you have a player like a Harvey Elliott or Amad Diallo or certain young players, you can't just like put them to the forefront. This geezer needs to give me X, Y, and Z. I need these expectations from him. I need to get more than 15 goals per season from this guy. I need this from him now. He has to deliver or ship him on because that's the way we treat other players because they're more experienced. And I'm saying he's a talented kid. Even I still call him a kid at 22. He's talented, but he needs room to develop and grow, and he needs to have the kind of like acceptance of sometimes being inconsistent. Now, Garnacho is 20, and he doesn't have the acceptance of being inconsistent. That's what I'm saying. Like, as much as I don't care about Garnacho and I don't care about Amad Diallo. Yeah,
Lens, let me tell you this quickly. Yeah, do you think it was right that Garnacho last season started 30 odd games in the league?
I think it's an example of a bigger issue at the club.
No,
wait. So I'll put it this way.
Do you think it's right or wrong? Yes or no?
Right.
So you think it was right he starts 30 games?
Right, yeah, but I don't think it should have been happening. Just because I think it was right that he was there. Because how can I put it? If you've got a bunch of shit wingers, yeah, you aren't performing.
Yep.
You take the best of a shit bunch. Now, if Rashford was having one of his stellar seasons, then 100% he should have not been near the team. Yeah, someone else should have been playing. If someone else was showing promise in training, that person should have been playing. If he's putting in the hard work in training, and he's showing it, and he's occasionally getting you something. Remember, he's still young. He's occasionally getting you something. Then you, in that situation that your club is in, it makes sense that he's getting that game time. Now, due to the size of your club,
the England squad's been the England squad's been announced. In case you don't want to know. Oh, we're having a football talk, so do you want to know the squad?
I have to look at it. Oh, but okay, hold on, wait. I do have a question before you go.
Lee Carter's the new manager, isn't he?
Yep.
Let's see this. Listen. Angel Gomez. Angel Gomez is in there. Yeah. Hey, listen, Angel Gomez. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm rating this manager. Dean Henderson, Pickford, Pope. Let me see this. Henderson, Pickford, Pope, Alexander Arnold, Colwell, Guehi, Concert, Rico Lewis, Livramento, Maguire, John Stones. So Rico Lewis and Colwell. He put Trent in there, yeah? Foden, Gallagher, Gibbs, White, Gomez, Kobe Manu, Palmer, Rice. You know, Gibbs White's in there now as well.
Yeah, he deserves it.
Still there. Of course, and he's gone for the attack. The attack is Eze Grealish. Oh, well, I can't see. One second. Bowen, Eze, Grealish, Gordon, Kane, Madueke, Saka, Watkins. You know what though, yeah? To be honest with you, Madueke is only in there really because of the hat-trick. Let's be honest, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
Liverpool signed Kaiser, yeah?
Yeah, but we already knew that. That's just a formality. I'm happy with that England squad, to be fair. I'm happy. I'm surprised with Angel Gomez. I wouldn't have
listen. You're surprised with Angel Gomez, yeah? But you don't realize that Angel Gomez was the England under-20s captain when they won the World Cup. That Lee Carsley.
No, I'm not dissing it. No, I'm not dissing it. I'm just saying because he's been overlooked by so many managers. Like it's like for someone to actually acknowledge that he's a good footballer.
Yeah.
To put him in that squad, like that's
he's
why
a very
I'm surprised.
good
So
hold on. Is it an international break for friendlies or competitive matches?
Friendlies.
Yeah.
Don't matter then. Like give them a chance and have a look at them. Same with Madueke. Have a look at them in the squad. It's the perfect time to try different players. I would even say that Kane didn't need to go.
No, of course.
He don't need to go.
Remember what I said to you before. Like certain players don't need to play in these games. I would use these sort of games as to find out what players have the potential and suit international football.
Yeah,
I already know exactly what Kane can do. I already know exactly what Trent can do. The only first team players I'm picking is my back four because I want my back four to be super solid, have good communication. So when it comes into the main games, boom, they're there. Everybody else picks themselves.
I think the way that England build up, I think you'd have to include a midfielder or two in that. So you get a better understanding of
of course,
partnerships because you need to have a system where everybody, even the players who aren't playing, know what's expected of that role in that position. It can't change if you put a Trent there. You can't change if you put a Manu. It shouldn't be, it should be something that everyone knows. Okay, if I play midfield and I get picked for one of the pivots, I'm going to play like this. If there's a single pivot, then you're going to have that pivot understand his role and the way that he has to cover spaces. I think so long as the manager is consistent in that aspect, it's all right. So before you ask that question, I do have a question for you guys. Yeah, top 5 strikers in the world for you
right now.
Yeah,
right now, we're scraping the barrel. Put it that way, because again, there's not really that many strikers that are coming through now, because a lot of them are inside forwards. But for me, obviously, you have to say Erling Haaland because of the numbers.
Yeah.
Harry Kane obviously is still there. So Kane, Haaland. I still put Lewandowski in there. I
don't really watch strikers, so I can't really.
I think we're struggling, isn't it? You know what I mean? Kylian Mbappe is not a striker; he's an inside forward. But for that system at Real Madrid, he's playing as the 9, and him having 9 on his back is weird as well. I mean, do you know the easy way to do it? Yeah, go through the Premiership. Man City, Erling Haaland. Man United, no one. Chelsea.
Wait, nobody. Let me ask you a question. Where would you? How close would you say Victor Osimhen is?
I'll be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of Osimhen, if I'm honest. But I think if you're talking about strikers, because the pool the pool is little, his name will obviously get mentioned. But
I heard his name mentioned as one of the top 5 strikers.
I'm putting Ivan Toney in there.
This is the whole point I was making. The other day, I was doing like a
Toney,
comparison. I was doing a comparison over just looking at simple things like minutes played, and goals scored. Yeah, for Ivan Toney, Victor Osimhen, Victor Gyökeres, Darwin Núñez, and he was the 5th player, Ollie Watkins.
Yeah, I think Ollie Watkins up there, isn't it?
I didn't expect for the stats to look the way they did.
Yeah,
is it bad?
I think Ollie Watkins.
This way, yeah. If I'm gonna say you're a top 5 striker in the world, I'm gonna expect you over your career to have scored more than 15 goals, more than once.
Yeah,
the season. This is just league goals. So if you have league goals and you scored 20, I think it was 20 plus 26 or something, and you've done that once in your whole career, and for every other season you get less than 16, 15 goals, I'm not calling you top 5.
Oh, of course not. You can't.
But that's the kind of hype Victor Osimhen gets. He's the kind of guy where people say, okay, you compare him to Victor Gyökeres, and Victor Osimhen's on top. I'm like, well, why?
Sorry.
It's probably because of who he plays for.
Have a look at those stats here and those top and on that list for career goals, and it's nowhere near as bad as you think for Núñez. Nowhere near as bad.
Listen, Nick, I agree with you, man. For me,
I'm telling you,
Darwin Núñez don't make the top 20.
That's for you, yeah. If I'm looking at his career, yeah, his career stats is nowhere near as far off those players that I mentioned. The top players in what I mentioned, statistically, you would say would be Victor Gyökeres and Ivan Toney. Both of them have much more game time. Much more.
Yeah, but again, Gyökeres was playing for Coventry, innit, as well. So, his stats might be.
No matter where you got to score goals, no matter where you go, bro.
No, of course. But I'm just saying he was at Coventry, innit. So
but Amad Diallo was at Sunderland.
Yeah, but I'm not making a point. I'm just saying.
I'm only saying what I'm saying is that the Championship isn't bad. It's good.
Yeah, but I'm not. But I thought you was mentioning the goals that he scored. But I'm saying, are you including that from him playing in the Championship?
The whole career. So, for example, I included all of Victor Osimhen's career and all of Gyökeres' career, all of Núñez' career, all of Watkins, all of Toney's. Yeah. Now the difference. I'm basically saying that this generation's forwards are kind of like weak.
They're crap, yeah. But I've been telling you that.
The weak. Yeah. If put it this way, if Nunes, because he's underperforming his XG, yeah, by a crazy amount. If he was less if he was less unlucky, he'd be way ahead of them. That's how bad it is. That's how bad that pool of players is. And these are the players that we look at and we say, okay, that's going to be the answer for Arsenal. That's going to be the answer for Chelsea. It's really bad.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us are overhyping certain players. Way overhyping them.
Of course we do.
But again, a lot of the strikers that there's not many strikers coming through because again they're inside forwards now. So, and again, it's only gonna get worse. Well, not worse, but it's only gonna get less and less now because the fact that Lewandowski is still there shows you the problem because Lewandowski, just like Karim Benzema and Luis Suarez,
Barcelona, right?
Yeah.
Don't really count, man. Like Barcelona aren't they're going through a transition. So him playing for Barcelona is neither here nor there. If you go and look at strikers these days, I kind of think you have to take more of a gamble and look at it from a statistical point of view to say, if this player was in my team, he'd be more likely to outperform what he's done in the past, which is how I think people look at Victor Osimhen. But I don't. When I hear people talk about Osimhen versus Gyökeres, the gap that people talk about is like massive. Now Victor Osimhen has been playing in an Italian league.
Yeah, but they'll tell you Osimhen because again, Osimhen's name is more popular, and because of obviously Napoli winning the title and stuff like that as well. But
yeah, how many? You know what I mean? If you ask them on a level, how many of you have watched Osimhen play? Now, I guarantee they won't. Half of them won't say I've probably never seen him play.
Yeah,
I've probably only seen him in the Champions League.
You know what it is?
I've never seen him play. I
think people rate the Italian league way more than the Portuguese league.
Yeah,
and it's accessible. Portuguese football is not on TV,
and I don't think there's. I think there's a difference, especially in terms of history, but I don't think at the moment there's much of a difference in terms of the league.
Boy, whoa. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. I mean, you know what? Watch that, bro. I know you guys watch that. It's a must not lose game for United. I'll tell you now. To lose. Again, I never want United to lose, but the thing is, for me, this manager can't last. You know, watching that Brighton game, yeah. And again, Brighton weren't even that good, really, compared to what Brighton can do, yeah. But it just shows you how bad Man United are. You know, for him to play the same lineup against Fulham. Again, this manager is stubborn, and it's another reason why he has to go. How he thinks he can go to Brighton with no striker again is comical.
Does he start Xerxes this weekend?
Has to.
Let me tell you this now. I'll tell you this now for free. He better start Xerxes, because if he tries to go with this pressing of Bruno and what you have to realize as well, yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? He has to start Xerxes, yeah. If he thinks he's gonna go with Bruno and Mount to press, yeah. I'm looking at your centre backs, Konate and Van Dijk. Yeah, they are going to bully Bruno Fernandes or Mount if they play there, because although Van Dijk is very good on the ball, Konate is very, very athletic as well. Yeah, so if he thinks that's going to work with the whole pressing, you're going to need Joshua Zirkzee to start the game to hold the ball up, yeah, and bring others into play. If he goes with Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes again, the game's lost. That, for me, that's the key change. Say,
if your defense, because you know, when you played Brighton, your defense was running away from the back post. Like, man had a phobia of the back post. They ran away from it and just vacated the area. If you guys don't get that side of it sorted, then it's paired. Yeah. If you play pragmatic and you counter attack, like you usually do against some of the top sides, I think it could work out better for you, because in games that are more like derbies, like you don't know, like the form goes out the window sometimes. But when I was watching the Brighton game and I saw what was happening with Minte, I watched it and I says, if you guys ever gave Salah or Diaz that kind of space against your fullback, it's going to be a long, long day.
Yeah.
So I think
I'm confident Dallo will take care of Salah, if I'm honest, because
it's not that. If you look at the way we set up here, we'll overload one side so the 10 will move over. So Dallo is a good player, not terrible. He's an all right player, yeah. But it's going to be Dallo having to deal with Salah, Szoboszlai, and Trent, and sometimes Jota. That's a lot, and some of the players that I've mentioned are the ones that are most likely going to hurt you. Now, unless you guys are going to be structurally sound at the back, and you can stop us playing out, it's going to be very difficult. I don't know if Ten Hag plans to press, then you're going to get hurt. That's one of the key parts of the slot system. So I think for you guys to have a chance in the game, you have to play pragmatically, and I don't think he's going to want to do that at home.
I don't know why. I think personally he needs to set up in the mid block, if I'm honest with you. If he tries to go for this pressing man-to-man nonsense again, I'll have to say I think Liverpool are going to destroy United if they do that. I think they're going to destroy them. And again, Ugarte, obviously he's been signed. I think he'll be on the bench. The man just got serious problems. He's under serious pressure for me, because this lineup is going to be crucial, because there's again, if just going back to Ahmad, yeah, the fact that Ahmad scored the goal, yeah, and again for me Ahmad has to play anyway, but the fact that Ahmad scored the goal, that would like in some people's thinking, that should secure him a place in the team next week on Sunday, which for me again he should be playing anyway. The problem he's got now is that if he was to drop Ahmad, there's going to be backlash from the fans. Yeah,
I doubt that. I doubt it.
Wait. Hear me out. Yeah, there'll be backlash from the fans. Yeah, if he drops him out, I promise you, because Ahmad's worked hard this pre-season. He was United's best player in pre-season, and again, although the performance he had wasn't the greatest of performances that he can do, he got the goal. Yeah, so just going by how this manager works, Ahmad should be in the team. If he gets dropped, there's backlash. The biggest problem he's got is what does he do with Marcus Rashford? Because if Rashford starts, again, the Garnacho fans, there's going to be backlash. Yeah? If Garnacho starts...
I think it's the result. It's going to be the result.
One sec. If Garnacho starts, yeah, and Rashford's on the bench, the media are going to scrutinize Ten Hag if United lose the game. Yeah? If he starts Rashford up top and plays Garnacho and Ahmad, again, Van Dijk and Konate, I know they're going to say the pace in behind, but Konate and Van Dijk, I believe, will bully Rashford. And again, there'll be backlash as to why Xerxes not starting. Yeah? And then you're gonna not have a Bruno and Mount, because I can't see him playing both of them in midfield. So one of them's going to miss out, and the likelihood would be Mount. Harry Maguire, De Ligt has to start the game, but is he going to play Harry Maguire? Who knows? So this manager has got serious issues to deal with.
I think it's going to depend more than the selection. He can't win, yeah, because if he plays the players everybody wants, they're just going to say they weren't ready if the result is bad. If the result is close, regardless of what team he picks, people will see it as justified. If you win, people will see it as justified. So I'll give you an example. If it's 2-1 and we win and we score in the last minutes of the game, people aren't going to be the backlash is not going to be as bad because people aren't going to be justified. Someone will say, "Oh, maybe if we did this and this, we would have won." So they'll say something like that, but it's not going to be that big. If you get pummeled, then every decision he makes is going to be scrutinized to the nth degree. But I said, if it's a close game, he's going to get the protection when it comes to pundits. 100% going to get protection. If it's a draw, he'll get praised. If it's a win, 100% he'll get praised. And then you'll only get certain Man United fans who've wanted him out from day dot, and have been consistent, saying it's not good enough. They'll still say, "No, I want him out," and they'll give their reasons. But if you guys lose, and it's a serious beating one, let's say it's one of the high scoring games, and you get pummeled, then everyone's gonna be like, all the fans, whether you wanted him gone or not, are gonna be like, okay, he needs to go. He needs to go. But the idea that people are gonna care about the Garnacho start too much if you lose 2-1, I don't really think people are gonna care about that.
No, they will, because I tell you why, like the fan base want.
They're already making excuses.
No. I'm not making excuses. No,
I'm not saying you. I'm saying fans are already making excuses after that Brighton game because
but I'm talking about the
window. During this window so far, most Man United fans have been giddy across the board because you've had a good window and you signed a bunch of good players. Now, their performance against Brighton kind of brought a lot of people back down to earth, so they're now more concerned. So now when people talk about this game on Sunday, in their minds, they're thinking, okay, it's the game that Liverpool are the ones who are supposed to win the game. They're the more organized team. The team's been together, squad's been together for longer. They have world-class players that everyone has high expectations of. Liverpool are supposed to beat Man United in their current situation. So if this game was the first game of the season, you wouldn't have heard that kind of energy. But because of Brighton and because you only won 1-0 against Fulham, the hype has kind of died down to a stage where most people are looking at it like, okay, the squad needs more time. Okay, we need to move on this manager because he's doing stupid stuff. Whereas now analyzing the issues.
That's some fans, not me. I mean, I never go into a game thinking that we're not expected to win. I think any game you go into, you have to go in with a mentality to win. So some fans again have a loser's mentality. For me, just like what Nick has mentioned, that what Paul Merson said. For me, I'll be surprised if Man United do lose the game to Liverpool, because Man United do normally turn up in these kind of games where, backs against the wall and they somehow scumbag a result. So, for me,
which is why I said the pragmatic thing.
Say again?
Which is why I mentioned the pragmatic thing, because
but
the whole point is if Ten Hag
he could do that,
If Ten Hag is going to stick to his principles and play Ten Hag ball, he's going to press. You're not going to play pragmatic. You're going to be more open. So it won't be like I said, if he continues to change it like he would in the past, that's different. But now if he feels like he has the players to play the way he wants them to, play the style he wants them to play, and it opens up, then it'd be very different. I just think it's going to be harder to play pragmatic at Man United, at Old Trafford, when, for everyone's on purpose, Liverpool's had a 1 or 2 out of 10 transfer window, got a new manager, and are supposed to be the inconsistent ones who have issues. So in a lot of people's eyes, when they looked at this fixture before the season started, most Man United fans would have been licking their lips.
Yeah. But what I mentioned though, from a selection problem, because he could very well play pragmatic, but from a selection case, if like I'm talking about some of these fans, if if Rashford, let's say Rashford starts the game, yeah, and Garnacho's on the bench or Ahmad happens to be on the bench, he's already going to have backlash from the fans because the majority of these fans want to see Rashford dropped.
But if
So
Rashford
again,
scores, if Rashford scored,
but it's not.
no
But
one
I'm talking about
cares.
from the start. I'm talking about the start of the game. The start of the game.
I know. But then, like, that happens at the start of every Man United game. To be fair, yeah. And it happens when your club isn't where you want it to be. It will always happen at the start of the game, yeah. Especially if you're not super happy with the manager. If you would have changed the manager, the backlash wouldn't have been as big at the start of the game. There would have been questions saying, well, you should be doing this, but they would have wanted to wait and give it time and see. Now, when it comes to Ten Hag, a lot of Man United fans, because of the window you've just had, don't want to wait and give it time. They've been expecting to see results start coming now. So they're expecting to say, okay, when Liverpool come, this is earlier on, when Liverpool come, they're gonna get their chance to get one over on man. Not like a 2-1 victory, like maybe 3-1 or something like that. Yeah. To dominate, man. So instead of the pragmatic style that you guys usually play against the top 3 or 4 clubs. So I'm saying if Ten Hag starts pressing and opens up and then gets whooped, yeah, they're gonna turn on him, but it's gonna be on him. The expectation is gonna be on him because of Brighton and what you guys saw in Brighton with the calamitous defending. That put the fear of God in United fans, in all of those fans that were gassed from the window, rightly so, because you were making good transfer choices. But then, like I said before, during that window, I says one of the biggest issues that you've got to sort out is your manager. Now, because you didn't sort out that manager, most Man United fans glossed over that need. So now you saw what happened against Brighton. They're like, oh no, what happened to the defense in extra time? That should never happen. That's criminal. So now they're thinking, oh no, Ten Hag. So the backlash will come if you guys lose. If you don't lose, it's going to be easier for the Man United kind of like support group to do prop for him, Ten Hag prop. Yeah. If you lose, then that's completely different. But I don't, like I says, so long as you guys don't lose, I don't think anyone's going to care that much about the starting lineup. Because against Liverpool, it's just a result that matters.
I'll ask you, Alex. Yeah. Hypothetical. So, if Man United was to start, in your opinion, Rashford, Mason Mount, Bruno, Harry Maguire, and they get a draw. What do you reckon the fan base would be like? Do you reckon the fan base would be happy with that?
No.
Why is that?
At all. Where's the quality in the starting 11? You're not starting the right players.
Yeah.
By now, De Ligt's got to be a starter. By now, Xerxes got to be a starter. They've been with the squad long enough now to be starting games, and obviously they must be fit enough to start. Rashford doesn't. I don't want Rashford anywhere near this squad. If I'm being honest with you, I don't. He's been here long enough. He's had two good seasons, and that's not enough for his age and for his longevity. That's not good enough.
So in this game,
certain men
who's the underdog?
Who's the underdog? It's obviously Man United. Yeah, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be, but obviously going by the form, it's going to be Man United. But again, even though, I think Man United should win this game. The reality is, obviously, even though Man United obviously are coming into it as underdogs, my thing with Man United is that they should be looking to win this game, and that's what I'm trying to tell. Because I think, Lens, you're saying if Man United get a draw, regardless of who they start, they're gonna be happy. Obviously, myself and Alex think different because
I wouldn't say happy. I'm saying they're not going to be a mad backlash.
But again, though, it's more than just the result. It's who's playing. Because again, if Harry Maguire starts, Mason Mount starts, and even though I don't rate Garnacho, but if Garnacho's on the bench and Rashford starts, and let's say Ahmad starts or doesn't start, the fan base are not going to be happy. That's a fact, regardless if it's a draw.
All right. One, like most fan bases, your fan base is divided. Yeah. Two, if it's a draw, the Rio Ferdinands, Gary Neville's are going to do the Ten Hag prop. Yeah. It's just what's going to happen. If you look at the fans in a whole, after what happened against Brighton, for most fans, it's like, okay, number one, we can't lose the game. We can't get battered. That's gonna be at the forefront on their mind. Yeah. So then if you then look at the weekend and the game coming up, I'm basically saying that most fans' expectations have gone from possibly battering Liverpool to now, okay, I hope form goes out the window and we get a win, or I hope we don't get battered.
Me personally, I just want a good performance. That's if we get a draw and we actually perform and play like a team and run and make the right runs and have the right plays, then I'm happy with that. That's where I'll be happy.
You want to ask me about this title that you just put on the screen?
So again,
I would like to know
about this title.
To be fair, I would like to know, because I don't actually know the story. I didn't see what happened. I've just seen pictures, so I don't know. Maybe
basically, Slot's the kind of manager who will replace players.
Slot is not taking Trent. That's what it is. He doesn't give a shit what.
Okay, hold on. Wait. Keep that energy. Because I'm gonna tell you
something.
The
man flies.
I'm gonna tell you something, and then you can go and look at the interview and see what he said himself. Yeah,
go on.
All right. So when it comes to Slot and Trent during that game, Slot in general likes to take off, especially usually his wingers or someone he wants to protect because he wants to keep them playing fresh for as long as possible throughout the season. It's one of the reasons why for Feyenoord they were really good with the fitness throughout the season and getting less injuries. All right. Now, in terms of how Slot sees Trent, if you listen to what he said when he spoke about Trent, he says, look, because they asked him about his position and so forth, and they and how Slot likes his fullbacks. He starts talking about, Trent's the kind of guy for us who he could invert in, he can invert into the 6, he can play the 6, he can play further forward, out wide or in the middle close to goal. These are the areas we want to get him in, and the rest of the team need to organize around what he's doing. So you can't tell me that Slot doesn't want Trent if he's organizing his team and the structure, because he's heavily structure focused. Yeah, he's organizing his team around what Trent does during the game, the position that Trent picks up, and he wants Trent to pick up I think it's maybe like 2 or 3 positions, mostly during the match. It'll be inverted into the midfield. It'll be his original position as a fullback. And then it will be something further forward, which can often be put him in a 10 position. And if you look at the positions that he took up and the rotation that you saw during the match, you saw Szoboszlai sometimes pulling out wide. You saw Trent inverting in, being much closer to goal. And that's how I think, if I remember correctly, that's how the Salah goal ended up being scored.
Now, when Szoboszlai tackled my man in
centre mid. Szoboszlai and Trent were pressing that guy in that position, and then it goes to Luis Diaz, and Luis Diaz plays it out. So it goes to McAllister, then to Diaz. If you look at the positions throughout the game, he's structuring or he's making his team adapt to the positions he's telling Trent to pick up during the game. You don't do that with a player that you don't want or you don't rate. So that kind of aspect of it is neither here nor there. What he's actually done is gone and said, okay, I'm building my system around this player.
So that picture was just a case of the media just trying to force a narrative that wasn't actually
He didn't want to come off.
Which is normal for any player.
Yeah, normal. And in terms of the game he was having, he was growing into the game. So in his mind, he's like, I can still play, I'm fine. He's like, no, And Slot, he's being quite like candid whenever he speaks. He's like, I just wanted to we need him for the whole season, not just this match. And I wanted to protect him, which kind of says a lot. I expect us to get a lot of 2-0s this season. I don't expect us to be blowing teams away all the time because he's the kind of manager who will make changes.
Yeah.
So,
but do you think those changes might cost you sometimes throughout the season?
If we're defensively unstable and we're getting overrun because the quality of our substitutions wasn't high enough, yeah. It'll cost us. But in looking at the squad, I don't think the drop off in quality is going to be that much when he makes those substitutions. When I'm looking at across the squad, so I'm not that worried about that. And then when it comes to the players that are coming on, you want them to have minutes under their belt.
Yeah.
So I don't want Conor Bradley coming on cold. For example, I don't want Gakpo constantly being cold. I want them to have some sort of rhythm, and that's the management style I like. We're not used to it because Klopp, even though he did use his substitutions more and more, and he wasn't as quick to make so many substitutions to certain players during matches.
Yeah.
So you would see Trent and Salah get 90 minutes quite often. I don't expect to see that as much this season.
Probably not out of Salah too much, I reckon.
But I think Gav needs to hurry up and come back and train just Slot and Trent on the same page thing, yeah. Because from what I've seen so far this season, I was told that like Dutch managers don't work in the league.
Yeah, we did say that.
And we haven't played a top 6 team yet, yeah. But we've played a kind of a good sample set for the rest of the league. In
I personally
Ipswich
think
and Brentford.
Yeah, you haven't had your test yet, but I think from what I've seen so far, I think Liverpool will be okay. I do think you do need to sign players just to add that like bit more squad depth and bit more quality. And that's not a diss against you. If you can go the whole season with no transfers or alone somewhere and still finish in a good position, I will rate that highly. But it's not something in the 90s you could get away with doing that. Now it's just like
we've done it before. We've done it before, yeah. And
you've definitely done it before.
The only thing I've said is I rate the manager. Now, if that happens, I will be pissed off because if we get third and we didn't buy the players that we should have been buying now, yeah, I'm gonna be like, yo, we could have like won it. We could have gone the extra.
You still have bragging rights because quite a lot of people will just have written you off and said,
how long are we gonna have these top players in these positions?
No, I also
do you know what I mean? Like, I need us like when we were talking about the transfer window, I said one of the key things that we need to sort out is Salah's replacement long term. We need to start looking into that. It doesn't necessarily have to be signed now, and he doesn't have to necessarily play his position, but his effect on the team needs to be addressed. Now, outside of that, I said I needed a left-sided centre back or a left back, yeah, and I need a DM. And the DM thing for me is twofold. We needed one anyway, yeah, and I wanted Slot's system to translate as fast as possible. So I wanted the right players brought and signed. Now, what happened with Zubimendi is unfortunate, yeah. But I know the profile of player is not common. But
would you go for a Matheus Nunes?
Matheus Nunes.
He's
put it this way. So long as the player fits what Slot wants, bring him in. I don't have to know who the player is. It doesn't even have to be an 80 million, 100 million pound player. It could be a 20 million pound player, it could be 17 million pound player. But if he makes the system work, that's all I care about. He could be an unknown player, which is unlikely. But so long as he makes the system work, I don't want us to go and sign to spunk money in a player that's just a good DM for a club system. I want us to sign what's going to unlock the Slot system, put us in the best position. Because then if we have the option of Gravenberch or a new 6 who fits Slot system perfectly, that's great to go into the system with that kind of depth. But if it's Gravenberch and then you've got Endo, who was supposed to be a stopgap and doesn't, and from what I've seen so far, doesn't suit the slot system, then that's for me, that's criminal. It's something that has to be addressed as soon as possible. If we don't sign a player in that position, or at least give me a left-sided centre back who can play on the wing or something like that, I'm going to be annoyed. Especially, well, let me say one more thing. Especially with the fact that we've loaned the Celtics. If we brought Kimmich in or something, I'd be like, yeah, cool.
It'd be perfect for Liverpool if he could stay fit, and that's Romeo Lavia.
Yeah,
he'd be perfect.
Yeah.
What a play! I mean,
that's like one of them shoulda, woulda, couldas. I ain't gonna lie.
He's a top player, man. I'm telling you. He the thing with him, the fact that he used to be at Man City as well, and Man City, basically, obviously, he got Rodri anyway. You know what I mean? But he's someone. If he was at Liverpool, he'd be perfect for them. Good on the ball, tenacious.
The only thing I'd say to that is the stay fit part, because I don't like. Okay, if you hear me talk about the forward line, and I'm saying, listen, unless you replace Nunes, you need to get him working. You have to get him working, because you can't rely on the Jota. He's going to get injured. Yeah. And I had the same kind of like opinion of a Chiesa. When I looked at his injury record and the long list, it reads like a novel, bro. Yeah. I was looking at it and I was like, so I can't really rely on him as to be a starter. Yeah. But then the only glimmer of hope you have with the Chiesa is last season. He played like 36, 37 games, 30, whatever. Between 33 and 37 games he played last season. He got a good amount of minutes. Still got a couple of injuries, but compared to previous seasons, he still looks very quick. Like, he doesn't look like he's lost like too much pace or whatever. He still looks like an explosive player. He still looks like a good player. So that kind of side of it is okay. That's a good signing. But for me personally, I'm saying for me the glaring area that we had to fix in our squad was our stability in midfield, so our structure, and we needed to get a defender and a DM. That's for me. That should have been the most important signings of this summer, and we haven't addressed any of those issues apart from the structure. The structure's there. It looks far more stable. We look far less easy to walk through. We can see less chances. That's looking good. But in terms of personnel, we're going into a season having sold more players, having let more players go on loan without addressing those spots in the squad. So, like, if we go and do some madness, and like I said, we get someone like a Kimmich, I'm going to be like, okay, he's a good age as well, because Bicetic will come through within a season or two. Perfect kind of player to get. He'll still make the slot system work. Yeah, you get that kind of player. Then you can remain competitive. Not just getting top four. You remain competitive, which is what I want us to be. But yeah, we'll see in it. Like, I want to be happy before the match and after the match. You get me? But
he probably will. He probably will.
I'm expecting us to be like if you're gonna ask me, Liam, do you think we're gonna win? Man said it's government. Anyway, if he asks me if you think we're gonna win, yeah, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I expect us to win. I think we should win from what I've seen from us so far, and comparing from what I've seen of you so far. Yeah,
I'll be honest. Yeah, I'll be honest. Before we wrap up and move on, for me, a lot of it's going to depend on his
I hate mosquitoes.
On his selection. Yeah, if he starts Mount and Bruno again, United lose the game. He goes with a proper number 9 in Xerxes. I think there'll be the key changes for me. I think in defense, yeah, you want to see De Ligt start. Obviously, you got a new signing. You don't expect him to start. But if De Ligt's in there, cool. But I think the key change is what he does in that attacking area. You know, if he wants to keep Rashford in the team, because Rashford has obviously against the likes of Liverpool and Man City, he does tend to show up with a goal or an odd performance. Cool. Ahmad, for me, has to start as well. But the main thing for me is what he does in that midfield. Because the Bruno conundrum with Mason Mount, if he goes with the same nonsense again, United don't win that game. Because, and also as well, I don't trust his changes, his subs. So that will tell me. So I think if that happens, they'll lose a game. But if he starts Xerxes, you know, I can see United getting a draw. Will they win the game? For me, it's unlikely. I think Liverpool at this moment in time, and even as well with Liverpool, even when Liverpool are not really playing too well, they can always they obviously they're a team that's got a lot of experience in there, and they do get over the line. You know what I mean? So I think the best United can kind of hope for me, under this manager is a draw. I don't see them winning the game personally, especially with the changes that he's looking. The players that he's looking to play. So.
I think you guys have to hope that you get an inconsistent Diaz and a Salah who's having a bad game, and that Jota gets injured. Just from looking at your defense, no more Bruno as false nine would be better.
Yeah, I agree, Nick. Man.
Do you?
Can't be doing this Bruno false nine.
So let's say you play Xerxes as the 9, yeah?
Yeah.
Who do you play alongside him?
What in the 10?
Mm-hmm.
Again, we're scraping the barrel now because for me, I will play 3 in midfield. But if there is a number 10 that's going to play, you're choosing between Bruno and Mount, which is poor. I'd probably go with Mount. That's how bad it is. Why would I go with Mount? Because Mount is better in possession than Bruno. He presses a bit more intelligently than Bruno. Yeah, that's it really. But again, we're scraping the barrel really because Man United shouldn't be having players that are not even number 10s that we're deciding through. You know what I mean? Again, it's a failing on the club as a whole.
Would you be happy to see like Diallo starting at 10?
100%. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Yeah, I'll tell you why. So the fact that Ugarte has been brought in as well, yeah. For me, I would play Ugarte and Casemiro together, and I'd play Kobbie Mainoo in the 10. Reason for that is, I would allow Kobbie to just focus on creating, you know, being like a free player in that sense, to just get on the ball and dictate, yeah, do what he's got to do. And then you got the insurance behind you of Ugarte, who's a ball winner, can get across the pitch, and then you've got Casemiro's experience, and again, Casemiro is a goal threat from set pieces. Yeah, that's what I would do personally. As we know, this manager's not going to do that. So, as I said, Ugarte will be on the bench, Casemiro will start, and again, Kobbie Mainoo is going to start, but it just depends. If he's going to play the key to this is Xerxes, because if Xerxes plays, that means Mount or Bruno. Well, Bruno's going to play because they've made him the captain. But if Xerxes plays, that means Mount's not going to start.
Why do you think he hasn't been starting him?
Who's that?
Xerxes.
Again, because the manager has made a problem off his own back. Yeah, Amad Diallo was Man United's player of the season in pre-season. Marcus Rashford's the big earner. Bruno Fernandes is the captain. Mason Mount was bought for 55 million. So what he's trying, and then Kobbie Mainoo's emergence as well from the team, not to mention Casemiro's a big earner. So he's having to try and fit in all these players, but then the one striker that you've got at the club that's fit is on the bench, and then he'll say, "Oh, he's got to try and get up to speed with the team." It's a lie. He's just got a problem because whoever he drops out of Rashford, Bruno, Mount, Casemiro, Kobbie Mainoo, and even Ahmad now, or a Garnacho, if you want to put his name in there, he's gonna incur problems. And this is and whereas Xerxes the easy one to not start because out of all them players, Xerxes' profile isn't as known in comparison to the others. So he's an easy one to keep on the bench, which is why, again, for me, just go and sign Ivan Toney. If you go and sign Ivan Toney, it makes another problem for the manager because Ivan Toney's coming in to start, which means you're going to have to upset again.
You're not signing over Ivan Toney.
No, listen. You never say never. Never say never.
I'm saying you're not going to sign him.
If Man United sign Ivan Toney, that's top 4 for me, guaranteed. If they sign Ivan Toney, he's that much of a difference, yeah. But again, it's unlikely to happen, but I'm hoping it does. But if he was to sign Ivan Toney again, he's now got another problem because Ivan Toney will have to start. You just bought Xerxes. You got Bruno as the captain, Mason Mount, Rashford, Ahmad, Sancho, who's not even playing. Hopefully he stays. He's gonna have issues. So
I think
again, it's down to the manager.
If anyone wants to sign Ivan Toney, it'd be Arsenal.
Nah. Do you know why? Do you know why I don't think they'll sign Ivan Toney Arsenal? Yeah, this manager loves Kai Havertz, and Kai Havertz can't play in centre midfield.
I think this manager wants to win the league more than he loves Kai Havertz.
No. Well, you would say that, yeah? They should have signed Ivan Toney last season. Yeah.
All right. So hold on. You know when they signed Kai Havertz, yeah? Mm-hmm. They didn't sign him to play as a striker.
I know that. So this is the point I'm trying to make to you now. Yeah. They signed him to play in midfield and they've realized it doesn't work. And then you can't play him in the 10 because Odegaard's there. Yeah. So now Kai Havertz has to play as a false 9. The difference is you sign Ivan Toney. Where is Kai Havertz going to go?
On the bench. It'd be a great option off the bench.
But again, you spent 65 mil on Kai Havertz and Arteta blatantly likes Kai Havertz. So again, it's about upsetting the names. If Arsenal want to be serious and win the league, you go and sign Ivan Toney right now. But again, we're not sure what Arsenal want to do because it's a no-brainer going to sign Ivan Toney. If Chelsea sign Ivan Toney, for me, Chelsea are battling Man City for the league if they sign Ivan Toney with what they've got. But I promise you,
they'll get top 4. If they sign Ivan Toney, they'll definitely get top 4.
I can see them challenging.
Not definitely. I'd expect them to get top 4. Yeah, they'll definitely get into Europe if they sign Ivan Toney. But if you can't, everyone knows the old adage. Yeah, defenses win you titles. They win you leagues. Defenses. Yeah. So if looking at Chelsea's defense, they've got names, but they don't have a defense.
Really. Huh? Yeah, it's poor. Their defense is poor, really.
It's way too poor to say that they're going to compete in Man City for the league.
But you know what it is, Lens. Lens, you know what it is, though, yeah? No, but you know what it is. You know what it is. I understand the whole defense side of it, yeah. But I'm sorry, yeah. When you've got an attack of João Felix, Cole Palmer, Nkunku, Neto, and then you've got like Madueke who started off with a hat trick. I'm never going to mention Modric because he's been poor. When you've got an attack like that and you add Ivan Toney and you got a Nicholas Jackson who can do a job, I think sometimes, it's about outscoring your opponent. And they've got the firepower to go and do that.
Put up the next comment. Put up the next comment. That, is not true. Go and look at last season, Are we now saying that like Man City's defense was like a sieve? No, it wasn't. It was one of the best defenses in the league. You can't have such a disparity, in defense and win a title. It doesn't work. One of the reasons why Liverpool didn't win the league last season was because of our structure and defense. That was a big part of it.
You know what it is?
Go on.
I think there's got to be a balance, obviously, yeah. Again, the fact that he's got a point really with the Arsenal side of it, yeah, because Arsenal had the best defense, but they had nothing to show for it. So, in that sense, Nick's got a point there. But
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. You need to have a good defense to do anything.
Which teams were the high scoring teams in the league?
I think it was Man City and Arsenal, wasn't it? Yeah.
You have to have a good attack, yeah, but you are not going to win a league unless you have a really good defense. We've seen leagues where the team doesn't have the best attack at that period of time, but they have the best defense and they will win the league. They're the most consistent. If they had a good attack and you have an excellent defense, you will most likely win a league. Now, if you have an amazing attack and you have a weak defense, you're less likely to win a league and you're more likely to win a cup.
Yeah. But the thing is, you know what I would say on the Chelsea side of it, though, yeah. The fact that their attackers are that good, yeah, or they've got a lot of depth to their attack, yeah. I would say if their attack are winning them games, naturally that might give confidence to their defense, and then their defense might fix up. You know what I mean? Because if you've got an attack like that that's causing problems, your defense might be looking at it thinking, do you know what? These guys are gonna do what they got to do in a sense, and then that might make your defense a bit more solid in that sense. You know what I mean?
So,
but
we're only saying this now because they whooped Wolves. Yeah, I watched that Wolves game. I saw that first half. I did not expect that in the second half from Wolves.
Yeah,
specifically. Now, when I was watching the match, I was like, Wolves are way too open. They're structurally unsound. You can literally walk the ball past them. You had the amount of time, that they gave Cole Palmer on the ball was criminal. That should never happen. The manager should be losing his rag. That should not happen. So when I look at Chelsea, you also have to take their first game into account.
Yeah.
Was it they drew with Leicester or something? Was it Leicester they drew against?
No, they drew with they got beat by Man City.
Okay, they got beat by Man City. That's fair enough. That can happen. That's neither here nor there. So, but if I'm looking at the them as a team, if they come up against a structured defense, who can counterattack, there's only so many times, that your strikers can bail you out. We had that last season. There's only so many times our strikers could bail us out, and we technically had a better defense last season. So then if I go and apply that to Chelsea now, I think Chelsea's going to have one of the most entertaining seasons to watch. But in terms of competing with Man City, I sincerely doubt that. I don't know. If you don't get that hat trick not yesterday, in their last match, which is if buts and maybes, people will probably look at it in a different way. But when I'm looking at them play, and then you see them being structurally unsound and being quite easy to get at, the midfield is the most expensive part of the team, and it's not consistent. So there's too many injuries. So not injuries. There's too many inconsistencies in the center, in the middle of the field, and I don't see that as being able to win a title. I see that as being able to excite you, get top 4 probably, get into Europe for sure. If they get like an Asherman or something, I don't really see them, winning or challenging for the league. If that happens, I think Arsenal, Liverpool have to have had poor seasons for that to happen. Because if you look at how insanely consistent you have to be throughout a season to beat Man City to a title, it's crazy, and you can't do that without a solid defense. Yo, am I the only one in here talking? Hold on. Okay, since it's only me here talking, let me do some Liverpool prop, man. You're spending way too much time talking about Man United, who honestly aren't that good. But let's take a look at Liverpool now, because at the moment, I've got to say, with the Chiesa signing, I've heard way too much because I don't watch Italian football, but I've heard way too many conflicting opinions, and I don't want to be like tricked by a season's highlights because I remember a player called Asaidi who had the coldest highlight reels. Sick. But when it came to Liverpool, didn't cut the mustard. So then now, when I'm looking at Keita, it looked like from the highlights, he still looks rapid. It looked like he had a good season. Hold on, what's Nick saying? A solid defense is still very much needed to win any title, but must also have a very good attack too. Yeah, but like, how can I put this? I've seen seasons where the team that wins it doesn't have the best front line. Like, and I've seen it as a Liverpool fan where we've had arguably by far the best forwards in the league and not won it. But when we eventually picked Man City, we're talking about beating Man City to a title, which is a bit different from beating other teams to titles in the past. That weren't happening until we got Alisson, Van Dijk, Fabinho, until we had that spine and solid structure, especially in defense. That was not happening. And the league that we actually won it, we were way more pragmatic. We had way more 2-1 victories and stuff like that, 2-0 victories in that season. So it wasn't like it wasn't like our usual high scoring, heavy bloody hell, heavy metal football. So I think you have to have a mix of both. You still have to have a good attack. You can't have a weak attack because you got to put away your chances because you're not going to get 3 points without scoring. But at the same time, to remain consistent and for the strikers to be able to thrive like that, you need to have a really good defense. Like I struggle to look back at past Premier League title winners and look at them and say, "Oh, that defense was meaty." No, it wasn't. Definitely wasn't. Definitely for every title that Man City's won, they've had a good defensive record during the season. I don't say you don't have to be like the best, have the best defense to win it, but you do have to be within the top 2, top 3 or 2 defenses to win the league. You get me? And which is why one of the things about Liverpool that people sleep on, because we still have Van Dijk, we still have Konate. So long as we have a consistent backline that it's not plagued by injuries because they're doing too much running back and covering, I expect our defense to be far more stable, which is why this season I expect us to get way more 2-0 victories. Yo, I was rambling by myself for ages, bro. Are you going to leave man like that, bro? Are you gonna leave man like that, bro? You know what it was like. You go out with your brethren and that, and you see a thing and start talking to her.
No,
you get me? And then you look around and everyone's gone.
No, I see you, but it's just, yeah, it's just the internet, man. It's just my internet because I'm using someone else's Wi-Fi at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's just bugging up, man. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap in a minute anyway.
Yeah, so I was just hyping Liverpool's defense. You get me? Letting people know that we still have the best.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just fuzzy, man. It's just playing up.
So when do you want to review the game?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me though? I'm guessing that's a no. Nah, I'm not muted or anything.
Let me refresh. I'll refresh it.
Okay. Oh gosh. You're right. I just feel like, bro, I had to fill up bare air time on my ones, I was like, well, I didn't even got a topic to talk about. Am I just going to start telling people how Van Dijk's the best in the league and that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You don't want to do that?
Nah, I did. Already did. He's still the best defender in the league.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm having connection issues, man. So I'm gonna have to wrap in a minute anyway. But yeah, let's just go through just quickly just the weekend results, man. Obviously, spoke about Chelsea already. Obviously, Man City, Erling Haaland back to winning ways. Back to his usual self, should I say? Do you know what? Yeah, I think last season Haaland. I mean, I think he went under the radar, but I don't think he was that great last season. City obviously still won the league.
Yeah,
he had patches, yeah. But I think the way he started this season, what's he got 4-2? I think it could be another Erling Haaland. See, I think the thing with Haaland, yeah, he complements this team perfectly because he's kind of like the odd one out, where you know they're all good. They're all like him and De Bruyne. I would say like De Bruyne obviously is better on the ball than Haaland, but Haaland is like the odd one out in terms of, you know, he's the finisher in a sense. You know what I mean? He's the one that finishes off the chances. He's the goal scorer, but I can see him frozen again.
He's the businessman. That's what he does. He gets business done.
The way I look at Haaland as well is he's actually a striker.
Yeah.
Not many teams have a striker. So it's going to be hard for anyone in the league to outscore him. It's going to be hard. Yeah. Most teams don't have as much creativity that's in unison with each other. Like there's telepathy between Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne and Haaland and Foden. So he knows what positions to take up and knows where to run. The only thing that really stops him, because he has been stopped, is just a defender who's really going to stick tight to him and piss him off. Because my guy that's just gone to Atalanta done it to him. Luke Shaw's done it to him. There's been a few others that's done it to him, but I do agree that I think this season he's just going to have another freak show season. But I don't think there's any other striker in the league that's going to be able to topple him. Or
what the thing is, they're the dominant team, yeah, and it's like they're the dominant team with creators all over the place, and he's just a freak of nature as an athlete, and he scores goals. So, in a sense, he can't fail. If Erling Haaland was playing for anyone else but Man City, it'd be a different story. But Man City obviously play in a way where their team has only room for one, and obviously it's him. You know what I mean? So,
I think Haaland would work at most of the top clubs. If you go through Arsenal, definitely works for Arsenal. Definitely works for Liverpool. He works for Aston Villa. 100% works for Aston Villa. He'll work for Tottenham.
But when I'm saying working, I don't think he'd be as dominant, as he is for Man City at these other clubs. You think? I don't know.
All the other clubs I mentioned create a lot of chances.
He's a freak of nature, bro. He's a freak of nature.
But I think the fact, but the difference is, a lot of these, like Man City, dominate the ball against majority of teams. You know what I mean? I think even though Haaland could play on the break, I think the fact that Man City dominate and they get chance after chance because of their domination, I think that's why Haaland thrives a lot of the time as well. Because,
he always knows.
I think obviously his record for Norway anyway is good, but I think if Norway play against the best nations, I don't think Haaland would do as well because
he's not going to see the ball as much.
Yeah, then, that's what I mean. Yeah.
If you take the top six, in general, dominate most of their matches because you don't usually play against the top six. So if Haaland was playing
in where Germany, you saying?
No, this is in England.
I thought in Germany.
No, the top 6 teams in England. Yeah. In general, dominate most of their matches, dominate opposition, and they will create a lot of chances. If they had an Erling Haaland, they would be a lot higher in the table. And if any of us had someone like that, because he's consistent in front of goals for the most part, and whenever he has purple patches, he's scoring a crazy amount of goals. So, in terms of like, would he work outside of Man City? He's not what I would call a system player. He's someone who you add to your system and to make things work. The whole purpose. Go on.
I'd say the lower down the teams you go, the harder.
Connection issues. Am I the only one? It doesn't have connection issues.
Yeah. Fine. Did I freeze?
Yeah.
You froze.
No. But basically what I said is the lower down the league, the lower down the table you go, is the harder he'd have to work, but he's still getting goals. Yeah. So at Man United, he probably have to work extremely hard, but I reckon he's still getting 20 plus goals a season.
But Man United don't create chances. So again,
You do create chances.
We don't create chances. Look at the stats. On goals, we just don't convert them.
Yeah, but shots on goal ain't creating chances because someone might just pick the ball up and have a shot.
All right, look at Højlund.
That's great, isn't it?
All right, look at Højlund. He had literally no service. Look how hard he had to work for the majority of the goals that he scored. Most of them were either scrappy or solo goals. So that's what I'm saying. Haaland, that's why he probably have to work harder. He'd have to add to his game and be able to bang in, like literally on the turn, run at a man and just bang it in, or he'd have to work scrappy. Tottenham, he's got.
Yeah, but you know what? If Haaland was in this team, I don't think Haaland scores. I don't think Haaland scores.
Haaland or Højlund?
Haaland. I don't think Haaland scores many goals. If I'm honest, at this Man United team.
Look at Cavani. He got what, 17?
Say again?
Look at Cavani. He got 17, and he's older.
Cavani.
Yeah.
What do you think Xerxes is gonna get then?
I can't see Xerxes getting that much. From what I've seen in his style of play, I don't think he's going to get that much. I think he's someone who links up the play well and will drop deep, sort of like what Harry Kane does from the most of the goals that I've seen and his build-up play. That's why I said having someone like Sancho would be perfect for him. Someone that's willing to drop them passes in, play the 1-2s and runs. He's that type of striker.
I don't think he's.
Haaland, I would say, is someone that's inside the box. He's an inside the box sort of striker. He's still got that quality to run at a player, but he's inside the box. And then Haaland himself is just he's just a freak. There's not much that he can't do, but I say in terms of individual brilliance, he hasn't got that.
How do you say this geezer's name, bro?
So I say Haaland. I say Haaland. Yeah, I say Haaland.
And how do you say your player? What's your player's name again?
Højlund.
That's what Højlund for me. Why am I putting that in it?
When you say it fast, it sounds exactly the same.
That's what to my ears. It's like you're saying the same player.
Nah.
I thought his name was Haaland.
So you got Rasmus Højlund.
Højlund, yeah.
And Erling Haaland. So people say Haaland. I say Haaland. Erling Haaland.
Why?
Because it's double A. Haaland.
I've never been to that side of Europe, so I don't know how it works. No idea.
You got to hit up a Scandinavian country, man.
Yeah, trust.
Eventually, you know where I want to go. I want to go Czech Republic.
One of my plans is Prague.
Hey, careful.
What do you mean careful?
Listen, no way, man. This is a chat for off camera.
Nah, I got people's over there still.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Well, what are you waiting for then?
You gotta go, man.
I've been in the warmer climates, bro. I'm a warmer climate kind of guy. Do you know what I mean? I'm only just convincing myself now to go to these other countries.
So what? How long you been living in Spain for then?
On and off for about, I think I came when I was 22. Probably almost 15 years, man. Time.
Oh,
bro.
serious?
Yeah. You know what's funny? I got BS stories when it comes to Spain, but I never learned Spanish in school. Yeah. I never studied Spanish in my life, and I came to Spain, and I opened up a dictionary and made my first phrase. My first phrase was "Hola guapo, ¿cómo estás? ¿Hablas inglés?" That was my first phrase. You get me? And
What
I
does that mean?
remember, huh?
What does
It's
that
like,
mean?
hello, beautiful. How you doing? Do you speak English? That was it.
Man just went straight. I'm here to draw. I'm here to
Trust me,
up
bro.
everything.
Trust me. And you know, the funny thing was, this was when I first came. I had a flip phone, bro. We weren't no smartphone business. So when I first came, I remember this thing was like, I want you to come to my house, having like a family dinner, which kind of weirded me out because I didn't know for that long. I went to the house and I brought a dictionary, English to Spanish dictionary with me because I couldn't speak Spanish. And her family didn't speak English. She spoke English. And I was sitting at the table and I was trying to like flip through the dictionary to try and understand what people were saying and that. I had some good moments, man. Some good moments, some crazy moments too, but I can't complain. I've ran with bulls and that over here. Never doing that dumb shit again though, but
Was that was that again?
Crazy work, bro.
I've ran with bulls over here. I'm never
Bulls?
doing that again though. Yeah. I've done it before. Done it once. I'm not doing it again. Nah, bro. When I seen a man get licked over the bridge, I was like, you know what? This is not for me, you know. What am I doing?
It actually was for you when you got there, or
you know what it is?
It was him.
I'm the kind of guy who likes to experience like stuff. I'm kind of like an adrenaline kind of guy, like junkie kind of guy in it. So when I went down there was the party is sick. The best festivals to go to are usually the bull runs. So I went down there. Everyone's telling me I gotta go. I go. You gotta try the running thing. I'm thinking, okay. Everyone talks about going to Spain, and if you don't like the matadors, who kill the bulls, then you go to the bull run. So you go to see what it's like. So I went, and then I was like, yo, I'm an idiot, man. I'm an idiot because I don't care how rapid you think you are. Yeah. You see when that bull is running, bro. You see when that bull is running downhill. And you know how, bro, I didn't know they were that big. I'm a city guy. I didn't understand these things. Get me?
I've got a story.
Oh, gosh. But, I didn't get licked, which is cool. You get me? I had human shields. So I just cut through the crowd. But I saw it the first time I went, I remember seeing a geezer get licked. One guy jumped over the bridge into the river, and the bull jumped over and followed him. The other geezer got caught because the bull bust the corner where it wasn't supposed to go, licked him over the kind of like railing, which was by the bridge, onto the ground, and then the bull jumped over him and dropped on top of him.
What? And this guy's still alive? Yeah.
He was still alive. Yeah. The only the sad one, because where I live, they usually put during the December run, they put these like things on top of the horns. But during the year, other kind of like organizations will come into a bull run, and this one organization doesn't do that. And so if you look, it's like normal residential streets where there's bars and stuff. So that's where the bull runs down, and they put these bars in front of all like the doorways. So if you're drinking at a bar or something, you can kind of peek your head around and watch it run past. But people always stand at those doorways, bro.
Yeah,
because everyone wants to see. So one of these times, this geezer went with his missus there, and like he sees the ball coming, so he pushes his missus in first. But because the bar's packed and people are blocking the entryway, he can't get in. So he tries to push himself. His missus is in front of him. He's pushing his missus in, and he's like half sticking out. And the horn went through this side and come out the other side in front of his missus. Boom, body gun. That's the last. I think since I've been here, that's the only death that's happened from it.
So what sets the ball off? Do they like poke it and stuff while it's in the cage or whatnot, and then just set it loose? Or
I'm not sure what happens before they bring it to the center. So you would have like a square, and then you'll have they'll pull in like a truck, and then the back of the van you'll hear the boom boom boom, the balls in the back. But no one usually goes up and has to hit it or anything like that. I think I don't know if the balls are trained or whatever. But they let it out from there, and in the one that we do with a rope. Some of them don't use ropes, so they tie the ball with a rope, and then you'll have people run. The ball will chase them, so they'll run along the route, which is like down one long hill, then across a bridge, then back up another hill, and then they take it into the bull enclosure.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're trained like the ones in the arenas, but I don't think that you have to. They're pissed off anyway, and they're territorial. So
bulls are angry. Okay, so my story now. I was in Jamaica with my cousin, and we wanted to go swimming in it. So obviously we called a few of our friends. And we went to this next beach, this beach I've never been through. So we're going through some mad fields and stuff. I'm seeing horses, I'm seeing donkeys. I see a baby bull. I've never seen a baby bull before. And it's not too, like, from my height, I think I must have been like 10. I think it's probably one of the last times I went. And it's not that big, much bigger than me, but it seems quite friendly, innit? So obviously them lot are doing whatever they're doing. They're talking. They're ahead of me. I've gone to stroke the bull. Best believe I hear my cousin turn around and shout, "Don't touch that bull," and walk to me slowly. I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Don't turn around, walk to me slowly." I was like, "Why?" Best believe I don't know why my brain told me I'm gonna turn around. I've turned around. There's two bulls, yeah. I think one's a mum, one's a dad. Best believe I have never been so scared in my whole entire life. This thing is a unit, bruv. And like, from the distance from me and the distance from the bull, if I was to run, it's instant death. I've literally turned at it and I've just been like, oh. And it's there kind of like, doing the thing where it's like revving his foot. But it's like head. So I think it's either giving me a chance to use my common sense and back away slowly, or it's been like, if you take another touch of our kid or whatnot, it's.
So you're brave.
Very brave.
It sounds like what's that Jamaican story? What's it called? Rolling calf or something like that?
I don't even know what I was in that situation, but all I know is I did back away slowly.
Yeah.
And obviously it walked up to his child or whatnot. It's got the child. Kind of nudged his child and basically been like, "What are you doing? Like, what are you doing?" But the dad is not taking his eyes off me, because I just know there's one wrong move in it. If I drop, make any sort of noise, it's peak for me.
How old were you?
Mentally.
How old were you then, though?
I think roughly around 8 or 10. It's one of the last times I went to Jamaica, so yeah, I reckon I must have been young, so around 8 or 10. But yeah,
I know your soul must have left your body.
That's when I was face to face with a powerful animal, and I was like, yeah, I'm not built for this, because as much as I like animals and that, bulls are a different story. Bulls, like, it's pure muscle, bro.
They're just units, bro. They're just units.
Yeah, when you see a bull close up, it is muscle. And it's not something to be played with. I don't know how people like get them in farms and stuff and manage to like be able to even be close to them. But it's not a nice sight, man. It's not a nice sight.
They play with them over here, bro.
Do you know see things like that?
I can't say that I've ever been into any bull problems. So yeah, man, I can't really relate to that.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, or anything, like, even if you're hood, even if you're like the top road man, yeah, and you think you're a bad man, you see when you hear that ball go boom on the inside of the van, and you start shaking. Nah, bro. I had to reassess my common sense levels, man. I was like, yo, you need to go sit alone somewhere and reassess your life.
But yeah, man. Listen, obviously, I'm having these connection issues, man. So half of the stories you guys were saying, man, I couldn't really hear it, man. If I say I'm not using my Wi-Fi, but it's a bit annoying. But yeah, man, same again, man. Safe for coming on. Obviously, big game Sunday. Look forward to that game.
Are you?
You know what? Yeah, I don't know why, but I've got a sneaky feeling about United.
Prediction.
United do this. You know what I mean?
Prediction.
So I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna go. And this is based on the lineup that I think he's gonna do, which is a negative lineup. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 2-0 Liverpool.
What about you, Alex?
4-0 Liverpool.
How much? 4-0. Nah, it's at Old Trafford. I can't see it being 4-0.
I think it's either gonna. I think it's either gonna. I think it's, bro. Listen. I'm telling you, I think it's gonna be 2. My head tells me 2, but if you guys are anything like you were like against Brighton and Fulham,
yeah,
Alex is
it
probably right.
It could be a cricket score, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say 2-0 because I'm saying 2-0 because Old Trafford, you know, anything can happen, but I can't see this United team getting beat 2-0. I think that'll be too much.
What's the stadium's nickname? What do they call it? The
Old
Theatre.
Trafford?
Yeah.
The Theatre of Dreams.
Call it the land of dreams and waterfalls. They were disrespecting you on TV, bro. Did you see that leak in the Brighton thing?
No.
Okay, during the game, they showed like a leak in the Brighton roof, and they were like, "Oh, so it isn't only Old Trafford."
Oh,
swear down, they were disrespecting man on TV. It was deep.
Deep. Man United are not serious, man. They're not serious. I mean, they look like they're coming back, but I'm sorry, man. Like the longer this manager's in, the worse it's going to get. So I think I just got to strap in till Sunday, and then they got an international break. But as I said,
going to be strap-on settings.
but what's this? Van Nistelrooy though, yeah. Just keep a lookout because Van Nistelrooy's not come to United to be no number 2 for the foreseeable. That's what I can tell you. You know. So yeah, we'll have to wait until that.
So are you starting a timer now?
Put it this way, yeah. If Man United get beat by the scoreline that Alex says, yeah, he won't be in charge by Christmas.
Oh, he's not making it to Christmas.
Yeah,
he's not making it to Christmas.
Van Nistelrooy is going to be the next one. I promise you. You can see what's happening. You can see what's happening.
Okay, you said by. Okay, when though? Give me like a time frame prediction. October.
Well, again, it's going to depend on the results, isn't it? Depending on the results, but I think the fact that if they get beat heavily by Liverpool, that will tell me that the games they got coming up, I don't expect much, and it's only going to get worse. And the thing of the matter of fact is as well, he was lucky to even keep his job in the first place after last season. So, yeah, he I reckon beginning of December, I would say.
Beginning of December.
Depending on results. Yeah.
What are you saying, Alex?
November.
November.
Mm-hmm.
I hope.
And it's Van Nistelrooy that takes over.
Yeah. I think Van Nistelrooy, yeah. I wanted De Zerbi, but obviously he's at Marseille. But I think December. You know, if it's earlier than that, then I'm all happy for that. But yeah, this manager can't last, man. He's doing too many things wrong again, and it's like he ain't learned. You know what I mean? And again, his selection is going to be key on Sunday. So hopefully, I've got some internet connection as well, and I can watch this game. But yeah, man, I'll be tuning in for sure. And then obviously, I think Arsenal playing Brighton as well on Saturday, which will be a good game at 12:30. So
Arsenal's gonna walk them.
I wouldn't write at Brighton though, man. Brighton are one of them teams that they might catch them on an off day. So, but yeah, I think because they're at the Emirates, you would expect them to win. But
Brighton are not what they were. Brighton are not what they were.
Well, what you guys got coming up anyway? Anything coming up? No,
I'll just go websites to finish building, man. That's it. I got nothing coming up but work. Can't complain.
Work, yeah. Cool.
And I'm
All
not
right,
too
cool.
sure.
Yeah, man. I'm moving tomorrow, so I should have like a new little setting now, so it should be all right.
Long.
And then next week, man, we'll come on, but hopefully, me and Alex will be coming on there with a smile, and obviously, Lens. If you guys get beat, it's gonna be interesting.
At least come with chess, man. Come with chess, so at least I got jokes next week. You know what I mean? Like hype it up. Like Alex is usually the pragmatic kind of guy, the kind of like down to earth. He's gonna give you a cold analysis of it. You're the hyped one. You're the hype one. Yeah. You're the one who, when it comes to gas, you can't, bro. You're walking on air. So that's what I want from you now. I want the chest. I want the we're gonna finish top 4 guy back. What happened?
Listen, if we manage to get Ivan Toney, yeah, tell you now, we're getting top 4. But
you're not getting Ivan Toney though. So like you know, come on. You said top 4 before Ivan Toney, so like that's the chest.
Yeah, but that's my expectations for Man United. Man United shouldn't be aiming for top 4. They should be aiming to win the league, but that's not going to happen under this manager. So top 4 for me is a minimum. That is a minimum. So again, if he doesn't get top 4, you get him out. Get him out.
If you want to get top 4, you need to get results. You need to get results at home. Yeah, so you shouldn't be saying 2-0. Your results at home need to mainly be wins, and the only exception should be maybe a City.
I can't see a win against Liverpool because I can see the team he's going to play because this manager's stubborn. So just based on that, that's why I can't say that they're going to beat Liverpool. But if he starts Xerxes, and Ahmad plays, if he plays Kobe a bit more attacking, then I'll be more optimistic. But these things ain't going to happen. So, we'll have to just wait and see, man. But
okay, since you're not going to do the chest, I'll do the chest. I'll do the chest since you're not going to do it. Even if he plays the lineup exactly how you want it, you're still going to get like, what? Okay, I came with the chest now. I gave you the click moment, yeah? Because I'm brave and that. Get me my club. I'll give you all of that.
Listen.
Next time, come with the energy, bro.
Wait. I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing for free, yeah? Regardless of what happens, I'll be coming on there smiling.
I'll
be coming on there smiling, regardless of what happens.
I'm not having no smiles. If you get whooped, I'm not having any smiles.
I'll be smiling. I'll be smiling either way, yeah.
If you get whooped, no smiles, bro. No smiles if you get whooped.
Work that out for yourself. I'll be smiling either way.
Nah.
Either way. And then we go into that international break, and then we see what happens.
You're gonna be texting man saying, I've got a stomach ache and I can't do the stream and that. Blah, blah,
I don't hide, man. I don't hide, man. I'm always there. I'm always there, man. I don't hide. But as I said, I'll be smiling either way, man. So, but yeah, thanks for coming on, man. But yeah, catch you, man, next week anyway.
All right, cool.
Yep. Good one. Good move, bro.
Stay blessed.